Hey y'all! Welcome in, peasants. I have another fantastic shift planned for the day, and it's going to be a fun day at the M3DM Tavern. I have a bajillion updates to get through, so we're going to get straight into it. First things first, we have a new question of the day, and that is, what motivates your character? This is in terms to like tabletop role-playing games, so like whatever your player character is, but I guess you could answer for yourself if you don't have one of those. We got love, glory, revenge, and coin. Obviously, feel free to add your own flavor text if it's one of those, something outside of those four options. I'm a big fan of a revenge story personally. I would vote, but I don't get to vote because YouTube doesn't let me make a poll and vote in my own poll, which is fine. All right. Next thing is the heist odds for the day. It's a new theme I implemented yesterday. It's arcane archives, just dorky stuff. You guys are scholars, nerds, storming the halls in the library, old ancient archive, looking for a forbidden text. Let's see if anyone finds it today. The win rate is 45%, and the payout is 120%. On the note of Poing, it will all be reset May 1st. So if you guys don't spend it by then, you lose it. All right. And then I'm very excited for this. I'm glad Wildfire is here. Beautiful, beautiful. Hello. Wildfire sent in all the tarot cards that they made, but they also spoiled me and sent some other stuff. I already have the box open, so I don't dox either one of us. But look, there's a pink scarf in here. Do you guys see how like immaculate these stitches are? So yes, I'm very excited about this. I love it. And there's also a hat. And they're both pink. Is it a little warm to wear these right now? I'm not going to put this on because I have a clip. But yes, hat. I'm very excited about this. Thank you, thank you. I feel very, very loved. I could tell and picked up the box. I'm like, this feels heavier than just tarot cards. So yes, those were in here. And then check this out. They also made a little box for it with like my name and all of the different tarot cards in here that we talked about in our Discord server have been laminated. It's gonna take me about a week to get all of these implemented into the stream, but pretty much we're gonna draw a card at the beginning of each stream to affect various events. So yeah, here's just a handful of them. They all have that front, and then here are some of those cards. It's like we have non-sleeper, there's Ricky, meditating monkey, whoop. There's my horse, Spartan. There's just a bajillion in here, and they're incredible. There's the M3DM family with me, Ricky, Spartan, and Maverick. These are absolutely incredible. Everyone showed Dr. Wildfire a ton of love for the amount of love in this care package. Oh my goodness. I was absolutely blown away. It made my whole weekend. So thank you so much. These are absolutely going to enrich the stream, and I'm very, very lucky to have someone like you in my community. So thank you, thank you. Yeah, isn't that incredible? Yeah, I knew you guys would just dig it. So yes, we will draw a card from the box, and it will probably affect the heist odds every day. But I'll implement other things that I'm sure it can affect, as well as the D20. It is too hot for a scarf today, but rest assured this will all come back once fall pokes around. Again, thank you, thank you. It turned out just beautiful. Hey, Cap's here. Hello, I'm so glad you're going to be here for today's stream. The main Tavern Keeper's craft is from Kev, so that's going to be fantastic. But yes, want to show that off because Dr. Wildfire is incredible, and a lot of you guys helped design, and they actually made everything, but you guys helped draft all of those ideas in our Discord, and just thanks to all of you guys. Seriously, it's fantastic. Alrighty. Let's talk about more stuff. I got a lot of updates today. For happy hour, I have another 4 models that you guys can pick from. And speaking of happy hour, let's talk about peasant coin, because we got stuff to spend. Real money and fake money. So on the fake money side, I have added a Tavern pet to the Poing store. It is a whopping 2,000 Poing. No, you cannot collaborate to donate together. It's supposed to be outrageous because it's pretty much a custom model from me on the spot. But it's officially purchasable. I need to put something that's like way out there and crazy. That's in the Poing store now. And as far as real peasant coin goes, if you feel so inclined to toss a coin to your sculptor, I have some discounts going on just for the next few days. This is linked at the top of the chat. The legendary tier is just $10 for the next couple of days. which means you get my entire access to the vault. It's like 1,000 models, and you can put in a model request. It's a pretty screaming deal. The code for that is LegendLive. All right, what else? Yes, I have changed the D20 of Destiny slightly. If you guys would like to interact with the stream or cause general chaos, I have confined that to happy hour because we get a little carried away. I want to make sure you guys actually have something to affect and cause chaos too. And then Tavern Keeper's Craft, we create something from the beginning. So it's not very D20 roll friendly because you can't cause chaos to a sphere. You know what I mean? But a couple bonuses to that. The very first roll of the day gets advantage, which means 2 rolls. And the second roll will double happy hour to make it a proper hour, because technically happy hour is 30 minutes. All right, that's enough about peasant coin, fake currency, and real currency. Let's talk about free. Who doesn't love free? New free model for y'all. This is on my Patreon. You can join the community for free. And if you scroll down a few, right here, daily free STL. This is the freebie today. A gnome wizard. She is cute as heck. So go get her. Here's all the STLs for that. You can get a no-base version, pre-supported. The one that's capital STL is the pre-supported. I will rename that later. But yes, that is the freebie for the day. This will be replaced in 24 hours. If you want it, go get it. All right, we've talked about fake currency, real currency, and free stuff. So those are all of the updates. Oh, and while you guys are here, don't forget to like the stream. It really kicks things off strong, and you guys are great about that. But just a reminder, if you haven't, that's like your peasant tax. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, so many of you guys are already here. Fantastic, fantastic. Ray, are you conspiring for heresy? What is this? Dueling. This is for someone in with a Tavern pet. Outrageous. Very cool. So on the screen here is one of the things I worked on during the silent stream. So on the weekends, I do a cozy stream. There's no mic, and I can just get some work done because you guys are distracting. And I took this guy here, our crystallized dwarf, and really pushed all of the forms. I'm especially proud of the beard. I feel like with this beard, I can start to see like the next level of artistry for me, which is always really exciting, you know, because it's all about growing and becoming a better, you know, version of yourself. Check that out. So I'm really proud of that. It's going to 3D print just beautifully, and it was a tricky one. I didn't expect this to be a level upable model for me, but it was. I feel like there's so much more interest in silhouette and pose versus what I started with. So yeah, I want to show that off to you guys. Also a reminder, if you guys caught this stream, this is where we had Ricky take over for 5 minutes, so that was kind of a fun bit. This will be one of the options for happy hour to continue to work on, or roll the D20 of Destiny to cause some chaos. Very good. Thank you, Wildfire. I think the beard's amazing as well. He looks magnificent. Doesn't he, Ray? And then he like points to self dramatically. Who? Me? Distracting? Never. Especially you. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I love seeing so many of y'all here right from the get-go. I feel very lucky to have this community, and it's going to be a fantastic stream. I have not forgotten about our monsters. We still have the Cherry Blossom Dragon and Nuklavi. Those are Nuklavi. Those are a lot of work, so I'm taking a small break from those. I will probably get to them later this week. How many points to redeem Ricky? He's not even in the house right now, so a million. All the pulling you got, just lingual, which I know you have a lot, so. If you're new and you're like, what the heck is poing and currency and coin and what is going on? When I say coin, I'm talking about real money. D20 Destiny is real money, or 500 poin. You earn that just by chatting and watching the stream. I will not tell you at what rate, otherwise my current peasants will ruin it by spamming. So yes. Oh, a Wooble update. That's right, I forgot. It's on my desk too. I finally finished my cow. An extremely important update. How did I forget this? So yes, we now have a cow. This ear is screwed up. The way I stitched it on, I cannot get it to lay right unless I like pull it. But by default, if I like wiggle it, it looks like that. It's fine. It adds character. But yes, another Wooble. It is time to start another one. And then I have to continue the tradition where I have Reaper guess every other animal under the sun to get the right animal. But yes, that is my own craft update outside of it. Moo. Yeah, he's a cutie. All right, I believe that is our little warm-up here. I used to do the full warm-up for the 30 minutes, so at the bottom, like, oh, doors open, and the Tavern Keeper's Craft. But now I kind of just, I want steak, horrifying. Huge fan of steak as well, but we are not. Not for eating, just pet. Anyway, we're gonna roll straight into the Tavern Keeper's Craft once I've kind of settled in for a moment here. And I'm really excited for today. It's gonna be a great one. Oh, a dragon. I was thinking a dragon for my next Wooble. I was. Same brain cell. I like it. Oh, and there's a link in the chat now to that free STL. If you were too lazy to look in the description, it is now sitting in the chat, one click away for a free model. All right. Well, I say we just get rolling. Let's get straight into the main meat and potatoes. We did the opening. We did the hellos. Let's get to it. Yes. Oh, did I introduce myself? No, I never introduce myself. I always forget. Hello, my name is Mia. I make 3D printable models for a living. I make lots of cool stuff, and then I 3D print that cool stuff. Most of it, it's all tabletop minis. But, I mean, if you just want, like, a hunky Thor to hang out on your desk, yeah, that's also an option. If you want tabletop scale, that's also an option. It's my husband and I that do all of this. I do the sculpting, and he does literally everything else. 3D printing, the graphics, the video management, my camera, my mic, all of that fantastic stuff. If you're interested in supporting us, there's a link on Patreon and a discount code right now, which is under my face. Bam. LegendLive, you get it for $10. And a model request. Speaking of model requests, let's talk about it. Ooh, that's right. We're going to do Yonis tomorrow. That's going to be fun. We'll get to that tomorrow. All right. Oh, my face is big again. Nope, it's Mia. Okay, welcome to the Tavern Keeper's Craft. This is where I take one of my requests from Patreon and we make it a real thing. The first thing I do is start with my beginner ZPR, which I move every day by accident. There we go. And then I have a file in here, this under Discord, under project references. So a big thank you to Kev for this request and supporting my art for 5 months. So happy to have you here, and I'm even more happy to get to your request. Kev says, hello, I really like your designs. Thank you. So I want to request something from my game. Do you know the game's Lies of P? I know the game, I've never played it because I am horrific at Souls-likes. There is a stalker figure called Red Fox. Her outfit consists of a red jacket, white shirt, ruffled sleeves, continues to describe, with that fox mask. Thank you so much for your work. You're doing amazing. Thank you so much. You're very sweet. So I bullet pointed everything they mentioned, and then here is that character with her brother, which they also requested next month. But this is essentially the character from the game. We don't copy stuff around here, but we can definitely make things that are inspired. There's nothing about this that's really that IP specific. So I'm excited to make our own version of this. They were so kind to include some references, specifically this fox mask, which is like this wooden carve. I like this more than the original in the game, and it's just beautiful. So we're going to be making this from scratch today. Unsurprisingly, I do not have a wooden fox mask in my asset library, even that's a bit too niche. So yes. Ray said, I feel that. I bought Elden Ring and gave up. Same! I have never left Limgrave, but I have sure enjoyed my time in Limgrave. Alrighty. And then since then, I let you guys contribute your own references. Thank you, Paint, for actually giving me a screenshot of the character in the game. This was harder to find than you might think. And then more references. Ray has some beautiful collages, many cravats to choose from. Beautiful. And then pretty much like this equestrian-esque outfit. I really like this. Amazing. Oh yes, and many boys suggested a hat, to which I said no capes, but really no hats. There's going to be a mask on this character, and the hat and the mask no, it's too much. Too much. Mini Blaze says, by the way, I have faith you can use a hat and a mask and make them both stand out. Good try. No. All right, so that's the character we're designing today. Let's get to it. At 5,000 pulling for an Elden Ring live stream. Yeah, that's fair. I'd do it for 5,000. Be terrible. Okay. So here is my starting base mesh. We're going to go ahead and just throw her off to the side and use Shift S to make a stamp on my screen. So as we kind of create this character, we can kind of watch her happen. It'll be cool. I also have a male base mesh, which we obviously will not need today. There we are. The next thing I do is I go through my asset library and just see if I have any pieces that resemble this current character. It's pretty much like a kit bashing stage. So here's one of my asset libraries, full of lots of hairstyles and hats. Unsurprisingly, there will not be a mask that really suits this character because it's very niche. Forge of Many Things, welcome in. That's useful. I'm in need of Cravat references. Well, perfect. I love when it helps everyone. Amazing. Do not make my husband give you guys free coin to make me do a gaming live stream. I've never live streamed a game before. I don't think it'd be that interesting, honestly. No. Okay. So here are these different hairstyles and stuff. I believe Kev said like a low ponytail would work nicely. Or is it a high ponytail but just not very long? This is why I have to pin things, because I don't remember. I think I pinned it. Yes, a longer ponytail would fit, like to the shoulder maybe, and smooth. I agree. Let me see exactly what they said. I think a smooth ponytail would fit best, because she will be doing her work sneakily, and curly hair might stick to something. I don't know if that's actually true. 100% true. Okay. I think a higher pony would look best though, and I don't have one of those surprisingly, so I'll make that from scratch. Anything else? I can use this higher bun as a starting point, interestingly though. All right, to grab stuff from one tool to another, all you have to do is go to append, and at the top right here, it'll show those other pieces from your tools. Obviously this hairstyle is not fitting as is, but this is like that kit bashing stage. So roughly throw that into place and move on. Let me go ahead and grab my references on my other monitor. Perfect. Okay. I don't believe any other pieces here would be helpful. The fox ears would be a little on the nose. She's not actually a fox person, just has a fox mask. Yoni says, Mia, what is my request gonna get worked on tomorrow? Ray says, Mia, that's my favorite hairstyle you have. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just Lingual, you're making your way. No fox ears. That's too literal. All right, we do need some boots. I do think more of a dramatic heel will look good and still have that equestrian look. I love all the buttons on the side too. Kind of has like a bit of that steampunk flair. I also like the buttons on these boots because they dry brush really wonderfully when 3D printed. All right, those are roughly in place. And then for her pants, because they're skin tight, we're not going to import any. We're just going to make those from scratch. Same with the belts. I think I'm just going to do the belts from scratch as well, especially because what they provided was kind of Attack on Titan-esque, which is I'm a huge fan. So I want to make those myself. All right, for the vest, I know I have things that will fit. This is darn near an exact match to what we need today, but doesn't have the, I don't know, fabric, tail, fins, coat. We will just append that on later. Interestingly, when I first made this, it is a chef coat. Again, when you make any assets for your pieces, I highly encourage you to save them. Ooh, maybe this will be even better, and we already kind of have that cravat on there. I'm gonna go with this instead because it's super low poly and really nicely segmented. I can take this and really make something custom and unique. Yes. We're gonna use this instead. And if you're looking like, oh, this looks so much more well-defined. Yes, but these pieces already have thickness to them. It's an older asset of mine. This new one that I have created will really allow for a lot more flexibility. You'll see. It'll be more work up front, but in the long run, it's gonna be super worth it. All right, that's the end of our kit bashing stage. Nothing to write home about, obviously. But it gives us a nice head start into our next section here. Oh goodness, I have this one with a coat already. I have so many nice assets. Okay, we're gonna grab that too. We're just gonna grab all the things. All right, perfect. We're gonna loosely fit this to the character as well. All right, absolutely chaotic kit bashing, perfect. And something I've been doing recently is where I like to kind of make notes of all of our stages. So this is our stage 1, and we're gonna put a screenshot of this in our Discord, and then we can reflect later on. Smile. Perfect. So Mini Blaze, you have lots of ideas today. You're especially chatty. Love that. How was your assignment going? All right, I'm going to loosely get these assets fitted and then add some poly paint as we go. I do recommend posing the feet. If you have like a really good eye, you don't have to do this, but I find it's easier to make sure I'm not making her too short on accident. So I'll just kind of add a quick pose here to her feet. Looks a little crunched, that's a-okay. Just so I roughly know where these boots are supposed to actually fit. There we go. And it takes any of the guesswork out of it too. Turn on transparency, and that will allow you to see the body underneath, and you can get it all nice and fit. Oh, and how's that poll going? I'm curious. I asked what motivates your character, and 55% of you said love. Beautiful. That was the best answer. All right, looking good. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it should start to work on that silhouette. Very good. Just about knee high. These are a little on the short side. There we go. All right, up next, let's give her some pants. It is time. The way that you add pants is you use your mask pen. Mask the area you would like and then extract with 0 thickness. I am a huge proponent of this. It just keeps your designs looking much more clean. That means that she doesn't need her little modesty garments anymore. I just have those on there because sometimes YouTube cares, sometimes YouTube doesn't. And then I can quickly fit this to the character by using my inflate brush. Get rid of some of this weird topology by ZBrush and same. Perfect. And then it looks like she has a tan in the game, I believe. All the colors I'm adding don't actually show up on the 3D model, but sure makes it more fun to look at, I think. All right, she now has some pants. Perfect. And then next is kind of sorting out the way all of this is going to fit onto her. So this coat is going to be this really beautiful dark red. There we go. Whenever you're picking a color, try to avoid picking this like really high saturation. It just makes all your colors clash. You want something more in this range right here. Obviously, if you're using a certain color palette, especially ethereal or whimsical, sure, go nuts with the saturation. I go for more of a slightly realistic look, so yes. Wildfire says, Mia, the hat and scarf are mostly to provide padding for shipping, and I happen to have some nice pink ones. You really did, and thank you so much. I feel very spoiled. Just Single says, what if I dueled Mia for the remaining 600? Absolutely not, because I lose every duel. Oh yeah, very good try. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. All right, we have that color fit. I'm gonna click mirror and weld, so that way it's actually symmetrical. And then I don't think we need the vest underneath right now. I think a fair amount of this I'm actually gonna be able to use this shirt. Let's go ahead and actually put her away. There we go. I'm just using the move brush to get all of this situated nicely. Boo, coward chicken. Oh my goodness. Heresy on my stream. Absolutely not. Thank you. I lose every duel. Don't be ridiculous. Man, the peasants are out of line today. Oh, Empress is here. Hello, welcome in. Has Moo been taken away? I don't see him in the store. Yes, Moo has been banished because I want to get more stickers available. So for now, we are Moo-less. Oh my goodness. Poor Ray has to be taught a lesson on stream. It's expensive to be a heretic. All right, I like this little vest a lot. I don't think we need quite this many layers because the trench coat on top is gonna handle a lot of it. All right, so I don't need this or this. Perfect. Whoa, whoa, tyranny. Absolutely. I am the Tavern Keeper, also the Overlord. Yeah, I'm excited, Reaper. Do you have enough for a D20 of Destiny roll? That would be awesome. It's been a while that I've actually had a character that had a lot of pieces that are already in my asset library. This has been quite nice. Taylor says, I'm doing it today. How do I redeem? You can either do exclamation point redeem D20, I think it is, or you can go to the little Poing store and then click on it there. But wait to do that until happy hour. I had it pinned, I think. Ah, yes, here it is. That's something that's probably just worth bookmarking. As of now, I have the little ad for my Patreon pinned. Good question. Oh yes, and if Taylor is the first person to roll today, then you redeemed it already. Okay, that is fine too. It is all yours, and that does mean you get advantage. Yes, it won't actually happen till happy hour, but I love the enthusiasm. Empress says that I miss us finishing the Horse Demon Man. No, I'm just taking a bit of a break because he's a lot of work. Sounds good. Thank you, Reaper. I'm excited to see what you roll and what you get. And that means you get advantage too. And that means if they're the second roll of the day, if it's either done with fake currency or real money, it will double happy hour. Alrighty, what else needs to be added here? I think this looks good. The cravat needs to be changed quite a lot. Hoarding pulling is unpatriotic. We are a nation of heist. Oh, I love to see it. All right, I like this little collar as well. Let's add a little bit of thickness to this, or at least turn on double so we can see both sides. There we go. Perfect. The last thing we need to fix up is his hairstyle, which obviously does not suit this character at all right now. Okay, unfortunately I did not polygroup this ahead of time, so I have to do it manually like a peasant. That's okay. And then same with this little spiky thing. None of this suits the character. I just wanted this as a base to then create a high ponytail from. All right, let's get this fitted and then mirror and weld. And then her face and her eyebrows, none of this needs to be here because she's gonna have a mask on. All right, let's go ahead and move this back. Let's go with a nice black hairstyle. Gosh, she looks a little unnerving right now, doesn't she? It's okay. It's all going to be fixed. Reaper, 8-Ball, should I annoy Mia? No, it says sure. How do I do that? I'm not going to tell you, but there are many ways. All right, this is the mask we're going to be creating. Here we are. Bam. Throw that up right there. Excellent. Yeah, the 8-Ball is joining in on the silliness. All right, and I don't think that these little hair wispies up front are going to be helpful. We can just leave them there for right now. All right, let's start creating this mask. The way that we're gonna do this is use my mask pen brush to make a mask. My goodness. And we're pretty much just going to paint it on. It's not gonna be the right shape. I just want it to have the eye holes. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about. There we go. And I'm not going to do all this nostril funny business, and you'll see why in just a moment here. I don't want to create any unnecessary holes in the topology, essentially. I just want it to have the eye holes, and that's it. So from here, I'll extract at 0 thickness, and then Z-remesh, because this topology is a crime. That's fine. That's better. All right, the mask has been formed. Let's go ahead and make it more of an orange color. More of a reddish orange though. Perfect. All right, masks are very, very tricky. Similar to anything when you're working on the face, just don't rush it. All right, I'm going to take the nose, make it long. Oh, hello. Thank you, RB, for the donation. My goodness. Yeah, that means we got double happy hour today. Ooh, wow, look at my beautiful cloud flare. That's my confetti effect. I guess the sight is down. Is it gone for both of them? Oh my gosh. That has never happened to me before on stream. You get no confetti, you get a small hand or small clap, and you get a cloud error. Oh, that's really funny. Anyway. Thank you very much, RB. I will just put little hearts in the chat like a peasant because I do not have my confetti effects. For those that have been here for a long time, how long have I been using that confetti effect with no problems? Gosh, how funny is that? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, everyone thank RB for doubling happy hour. That means a longer stream for everybody to enjoy, which is wonderful. Cloud error. Yeah, what the heck? Thank you guys for the proper celebration since I cannot summon any confetti right now, apparently. Excellent. Gosh. All right, we're going to continue working on this mask. It's going to look very silly for a long time. That's just how it be. Yeah, even the confetti effects are messing with me today. What is this? I'm so glad Kev is here to actually see this come together. And you could have like that same crisis of like, okay, most people are like, oh, I know Mia makes lots of models, but it's more fun when I have someone join and they request something and they watch this whole process because there's quite the long embarrassing phase. And they're like, oh my gosh, does she know what she's doing? I do. But unfortunately with sculpting, there is a very, very necessary embarrassing phase that it goes through. Always. All right. It'd be easiest if I was able to make this all one piece. Let's see if it actually wants to work with me though. Foxes have a very, very complicated shape to them, so this is not going to be an easy mask by any means. But that's okay, because I've done all kinds of not easy shapes before. Something to the tune of almost 1,000 models. Did I mention that? So right now I'm just kind of looking at my proportions and roughly getting this shape blocked in. What's interesting is I'm not quite sure how this mask lays. If there was a side profile on this mask, that'd be very, very helpful. But for now, we're gonna have to just make it up. We're gonna figure it out. It's going to protrude from the face, I think, more than I was expecting. In The Witcher 3, didn't Triss have a fox mask? I think it was a half fox mask. They just didn't deal with the whole snoot problem. We will have to solve the snoot problem. Cav says, I'm also really happy to catch this stream. I trust you 100%. Thank you. Honestly, this fox mask, I'm like, this might take a couple tries, but we'll get there. Many-Blaze, not like you don't have a few references of a fox mask. Oh, that's right. Many-Blaze gets very upset when I lose her bajillion references. All right, all right. Oh, look, there's that side profile. Okay, you're right. That's actually quite helpful. I haven't even looked at the side yet. All right, we need to have a brow of sorts. Let's come in with mass lasso and a bend. There we go. This is way too long. Okay, that's looking a bit nicer. We're gonna do this mask in stages because it is going to be a pain in the butt, and that's okay. Anything that has a complicated shape, you just make a little progress, leave it alone. Make a little progress, leave it alone. Congrats, you're an artist. All right, I did ZBrush in same, and it's doing this. Wow, why is that happening? Why are you turning into Donald Duck when I ZBrush you? On today's episode of ZBrush Glitches, what the heck? Is there a hidden object? Yes, okay, that's why. Make sure to click delete hidden when you try to delete stuff. There we go, that should fix it. Yes, okay, cool. There we go. And then can't lose. How much of it covers the front of their face though? Okay, so it's just kind of like a gigantic mask. I might even have some of her face or her chin poke through just a little bit. Yeah, so what they do in the game is they kind of have this entire like under layer. Yeah, to kind of prevent, there we go, this. To fix the problem I'm running into right now. Okay, interesting. Interesting. And then Ray asked Mia, do you want front and side views of actual fox heads? You know, it doesn't hurt. We might as well. But foxes and wolves I frequently complain about on my live streams because they're kind of a pain in the butt. They're kind of complicated. I also need to go back and grab her like eyelash brick or whatever because I didn't realize how much of her eye is going to be showing through. And even though it's super, super small and it's going to be 3D printed this big, I swear it matters. Because here's like a, oh, hey, that's Okami. Or Okami, whatever. One of my favorite games of all time. Big fan. Big fan. Okay, cool. That does help to see. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Having some of the lower jaw show. Cool. So I was on the right page with how they'll actually fit on someone's face. That's a cute mask. This is extremely helpful. I don't need any other references. If you guys want to, you can, but this actually answers all of my questions. That's cute. I'd wear that. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot that and put that on my other screen full of references. Thank you, peasants. Very helpful. All right, I'm on the hunt for my eyelash brick. Here we go. This. So we're gonna spend a lot of time figuring out this mask, and the rest of it's gonna be pretty much a breeze. But the mask is more like the defining trait of this model, and it's on her face, so it's kind of a doozy. It really needs to look right. I wish you would just stay orange. Every time you ZBrush, it forgets the color. It's not a huge deal. Just keep that in mind. We're gonna hide the mask briefly and then put her eyelashes back on, because it turns out if I don't have them, it really looks odd. Okay, she has eyelashes again, but no eyebrows. We don't need that. Okay. And back with the mask. There we go. Taylor is here. Good morning, ZBrush pals. Okay, interesting. So the ears are a 3D shape that come off of the model. It's not what I thought. So funny enough, we are going to grab those fox ears. How many times do I have to re-import this file? That's so funny. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Nope, no, I'm not. Just kidding. So these are actually going to be perfect. Oh, okay. I'm understanding how this is constructed now. Interesting. Okay. Again, huge thanks to Dr. Wildfire. One, for the presents and the tarot cards, but also this reference is really coming in clutch. So see how this, oh, you guys can't tell because my face is in the way. So see how it wraps. Oh, my face is still in the way. How am I forever in the way? All right, you don't get to see it. Anyway, it kind of wraps. Wow, I am in my own way today, guys. Anyway, if you go on the Discord, you can see this. The ears really are a 3D protrusion off of it, which is clever and will make this easier for me to create. I know it's like, I could just go to OBS and hide my camera, but we're not gonna do that. Empress says, back in the early 2000s, no eyebrow trend. I barely remember that, but I vaguely remember that. All right, let me go ahead and scroll up to that other mask. Yes. References everywhere. Reminder to all fellow creatives to don't shortchange yourself on references. It is not cheating. Grab a bajillion of them. All right, I don't want to have this little piece right here, so let's go ahead and mask. Excellent. Oh, and thanks for hanging out with me on this Monday. It's been a pretty big turnout, even this early on. Aren't you guys supposed to be at work or something? Obviously joking. I work from home. I know a lot of you guys do too. Alrighty, there we go. Sweet, this is making way more sense. And then there's gonna be a ridge right here, just the way there would be a like cheekbone ridge as well. Ooh, water check. Yes, I would like a small break. It's gonna be coffee check for now. Yum. Paint says, very simply, I work in corporate hell. Cheers, and to maybe one day not having to be part of that. I know Yoni would tune into that too. I believe, Yoni, you've mentioned you work in an Amazon plant. RIP. Well, I'm glad if I can make your guys' day even just a little bit better as we work on Silly Fox Mask Lady together. Well, she's not silly, but the way I'm constructing this is quite silly. She's going to be really cool. She's just not there yet. All in due time. You know, I'm actually going to make the nose a separate object as well. Baby artist Mia would have approached this so much differently, and it would have been so much harder. So reminder to all my students, if you're really struggling with a model, you're probably not using enough subtools. Just as simple as that. More is more. It gives you a bunch of control and allows you to break down the forms and manipulate them independently. It also makes poly painting easier, so that's fun. Here we go. All right, the mask is getting a little bit too wide. There we go. Okay, that's starting to come together. It's sticking off her face a bit too much, but that's a-okay. All right, so bring that ridge forward just a touch, and then more snoot. There we go. Wildfire says, I work in an engineering research lab and I am deep in statistical data. Very cool. Taylor says, subtools are the same thing as layers. Yeah, like in a 2D program? Yes. There are also layers in ZBrush though, not to be confused with subtools. I won't explain layers in ZBrush and confuse you further, but there are also layers in ZBrush, and that is what they're called, and they function completely different. It's right here, in case you're wondering. It pretty much, I'm going to tell you anyway, pretty much layers in ZBrush allow you to record sculpted changes within a subtool. So it's like a layer within a layer, if you're like talking about like, versus like Photoshop or Procreate or really any other 2D software. Good question, confusing answer. All right, this is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and stick that nose on there. I worked on this a little longer than I meant to. I think we're gonna leave this alone. It's so hard to leave it alone though, because I keep making progress. This is tricky and interesting because I'm kind of taking like it's like a 2D representation on a 3D face by creating this mask. Very odd. It's gonna be really cool though. Okay, I want to take a small break from that because I keep saying I'm going to and then I don't. So why am I not just fixating on the mask and working on it like start to finish? It's pretty much just a really inefficient way to create or work on something, because by focusing on some different problems like adding a belt or maybe adding some fabric folds, it's kind of like a refresh for your brain. And so when I come back to the mask, I'll see like some problems with it that are a little more obvious and a little bit more glaring, because like literally like the phrase like letting your eyes rest. Ray says, Mia, Mudbox has similar things with layers, although it's much more clunky than ZBrush. No kidding. High bar. Dice roll is 500. Is it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's 300. So this is our loyalty store that you can spend this very valuable poing on. I don't even see a dice roll on here. Oh yeah, I did it so you can only buy 1 dice roll a day with Poing. If you want to roll again, it costs money, honey. But tomorrow you can spend Poing again. I did this to prevent my peasants from terrorizing me and saving up 3,000 Poing and then redeeming 10 dice rolls in a row. But it's also not 500, for sure. So Taylor got that spot today. Yes. Mini Blaze, don't even start with me. To me, it looks like you're fixated on the mask. Do your homework. Yes, 500 was the brick, so Foxy now has a brick. Satyr, you said 500 earlier, shrug. Wow, y'all are cranky this fun morning. Jail. Mini Blaze and Satyr. Jail. Ray says, what? Mia? Who of us would you do that to? Right? You guys, gotta keep my peasants in line. Just Lingual said that indeed is something I would do. Agreed. Agreed. Cool. Aloha, mad face to Mini Blaze. Thank you, Aloha. Not jail for you. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and add the belt because it's like one of the main assets we're missing. And then Kev put in a really cool reference for it. This. Check that out. Isn't that cool? And they're gonna strap like a dagger. So we're gonna create that. I'm going to put a screenshot and put it on my other. Mini Blaze, I am going to deadass mute you if you keep telling me what to do. Spicy, full spice. You've been around here too much to do that. Do your homework. All right, back to what we're doing. Ray says, Satyr, joke's on her. I don't have any Poing. There you go. Ray says, Mia, you always throw your reference on top of the mask you're making to get the shape right. Yeah, I could do that. I'm always trying to practice getting like better artistic eye, like coordination, but you're right. I could totally put it behind my screen and then do this. This see-through mode is super, super cool. I did that a lot when we were creating the horse skeleton head to see like if I could like check my work, so to speak. Yeah. All right, let's get this belt formed. So for right now, I'm actually gonna hide this trench coat and then we're gonna use the curved strap snap brush. I'm also gonna bring in a 4th color here. It's pretty much gonna be like a richer tone brown. There we go. All right, so curved brushes are really cool, but they're kind of finicky. So when you use them, don't be afraid to redo it a few times. So that was actually quite nice. When you click and drag and hold down shift, it should just wrap to the whole object, but it doesn't always. So don't be afraid to just redo it. Absolutely. Reaper, Mia getting spicy. Yeah, Mia doesn't like repeating herself very much. All right, split mask points. Unless you're a student asking a question, then I will explain the same dry thing 1,000 times. I love doing that. Like, actually, that sounds sarcastic now. Rip. Ray says that just Lingually gotta gamble your way higher than Mia. Absolutely not. Then I'll just tax the peasants. Just Lingual says, I'm an equal opportunity kind of guy. Poing and retaliation opportunities. Beautiful. You did find a way to annoy me. I revealed all my secrets. Satyr says, oh, aren't we supposed to span something to make a thing happen? That is true. I may or may not have that enabled, but I found out I can't find a way for that to enable Poing just yet. So it's just a thing that will happen. And your celebration is just the fact that you managed to do it. Ah, yes. Bee revolution is happening. No, I wouldn't ban you. It has to be a reoccurring thing. The bee revolution is happening. All right, so I'm happy with this spot for the belt. Let me go ahead and rename it. Oh, I like this effort. Let's see if my bot works. It's not like a huge thing. You guys don't actually get anything for it, but it should be like, oh, hey, you did it. I think. It requires a lot though. What did I set it to? Let's find out. I do have it enabled. Not the bees. There we go, 16 times combo. It is going to count. Sick. That's all it does. That's it. But you guys don't actually get anything for it. But you can keep track of like what your combo is. It would be a little too tedious for me to try to individually award you guys, but perhaps it will curry favor. You know what? Every time you guys get a combo higher than unknown number, I won't tell you, it will increase the heist odds. How's that? I won't tell you by how much, but I will increase the heist odds. There we go. Haha. Made it a little bit worth it. Oh, Fortune Many Things says, Mia, quick question. I missed the beginning. For tight pants like this, do you use the base mesh with boundaries hidden in boots and belts and add on your wrinkles, or are they extracted subtools? They are extracted subtools, but you totally can sculpt directly onto the mini, like on the base. I do that when I'm sculpting like constructs. Great question. Yes, Wildfire broke the swarm. Oh, this is funny. Ray says, Mia, it should multiply our current pulling by that amount. That's so silly. I love that you guys picked bees. 6 times combo. All right, I will go ahead and increase it again. You guys are up to a 50% win rate. We started the stream with only 40. They'll get bored eventually, right? They won't. Surely you guys won't do this the entire stream, right? Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna work on the pants. Somebody screenshot this for posterity's sake and the Tavern quotes. Goodness. Thank you, Matt, for asking an actually relevant question. Oh my god. Oh, surely they're gonna stop at some point. You guys are gonna scare away new viewers and lurkers. They're like, what is wrong with our community? I want to say they're not always like this, but they are. Well, if you're a lurker and you wanted a non-high stakes way to interact, they're literally just spamming bees. You don't even have to be interesting. You could just add to the bees. I'm gonna come in and break that combo myself. Thank you, Aloha. Oh my god, amazing. You have been sending too many messages. Take a break and try again. Oh my gosh, it's limiting you guys. Incredible. 61 times combo. Holy shit. Okay. That's fine. I can reward that. Beautiful. Ron Swanson's mustache broke the combo by laughing. Excellent. That's true. This is so silly. All right, I'm gonna put the odds up to like the max that I was going to do today. I won't tell you what they are, but they are some of the best odds that I've offered for heists. I'm going to regret that. That's fine. All right, you guys can continue spamming bees, but the odds are maxed out. You have earned better heist odds. They started off at like 40% or something. You're now at 55% win rate and a pretty generous payout. Yeah, I did kick a beehive. Peasant will peasant. Well said, Benny Blaze. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and load in some weapons. And also add some daggers. I think this one will look beautiful pinned on her hip. We are not even halfway through the Tavern Keeper's craft. This model is going to be like darn near finished by the end. I love it. Alrighty. To make this stand out, we'll make the hilt a little bit darker. Perfect. And then we can duplicate this. Actually, let's add some trim and some detail. To do that, I'm actually going to use a Z-modeler brush. We'll just come in here, add a couple edge loops, and then extrude them. Nice and simple. I'm gonna make the top and the bottom one different just for fun. Mini Blay says, Mia, the request was made for a curved sword. Yes, honey, I'm aware. You guys are gonna watch me murder a viewer on stream. Aloha says, Mia, don't forget the magic trick I showed to blow the new peasants' minds. That's right, that was super silly. I will show you guys in a second. Alrighty. Here is a useless feature. If you do Shift and X, it just blows up your model to every individual subtool. I just find it the funniest thing. Assemble. Unassemble. Assemble. RV says, Mia, now odds are in favor, but I only have 4. What do I do with better odds? Oh wait, you donated though, RB. That means you get stuff. You get 100 point for donating. So there you go. Go nuts. Oh, thank you, Sater, for donating as well. That was very sweet. I'm going to top you back off, plus a little bit of interest. It is kind of like a transformer. Alrighty. So I'm going to smooth this out a touch. I want to make sure that her hip is visible, regardless of the pose, because I'm going to put in this cool work of doing this sword. Alrighty. And first says, imagine hitting that on accident, right? Ray said, Mia, I've just realized that feature is literally for students who need to present their work. Maybe. You're very welcome, Sater. Beautiful. All right, let's get some more detail on the belt. And I like this little loop that comes down. Let's do this. Let's do a couple loops that way. And then one more. I need to hide the sword briefly. And then pretty much just like loops right here. So by default, this mode won't work super well. If you want to follow the contour of the body, you want continuous Z turned on. In this case, I want once Z turned on, and then I'm going to pin the start. Or you know what? I'm just gonna do, I have a new plan. I'm just gonna create like a little V shape. There we go. And then they don't fit quite yet, but I'm gonna fix that right now. There we go. And that can add some little like buckles and stuff to really make this shine. Thank you again, Kev, for putting in that reference of the belt, because this is really, really cool. I love little details like this. Perfect. Aloha says, Mia, what did you think about the conversation with Bunny in Discord for minis that interact with each other? It's a ton of work, but having your own line minis like that could be crazy cool. It is really cool. It's tricky because rule of cool does not pay my bills, unfortunately. Does that make sense? Like, it's pretty much like the point in diminishing returns. The amount of like requests I could get done during the time it would take to make one of these minis like truly modular is like a toss-up. But it's true that's like it might garner more attention and value by being modular. It's a really tricky one. I am interested though. Mini Blaze has a relevant question. Amazing. Mini Blaze says, Mia, learning time. Is there a reason you don't use scabbard on many of your models? Not really. I just don't have a lot of them modeled. That's the big thing. I find it easier to just have the sword visible a lot of times, but on this model particularly, a scabbard would probably be quite nice. And it wouldn't even be that hard to do. You literally just mask and extract your weapon. Oh, her booty is not contained. Let's fix that. There we go. Contained. Contain in symmetry, though. That doesn't look symmetrical. There we go. All right, let's add some bucklets. There we go. Let's go with something a little more on the ornate side. I thought I placed it there, but it looks like it yeeted itself into the abyss. That's okay. We'll just do it again. There we go. Oh, I think I clicked on unify. Yeah, I don't know where that went then. We'll deal with that some other time. Oh my gosh, the peasants are having a problem. What are you complaining about? Yoni says, I went from 608 to 588, but I won the heist. Just Lingual lost over 1,000. Y'all, I have no idea. You guys break something? I've just been modeling. No idea. Did you just lose your bot? The bot took from you guys instead of rewarding. I guess it's just part of being a spicy stream. Sorry, guys. I genuinely have no idea. Let's see. Oof. Yes. That is very funny. Let's see. I'm investigating. Wow, blame the peasants. Peasants be peasants. Let's see. Yeah, just Lingual, you had a lot more than that. I'm not sure what happened. We'll see if it all shakes out. We'll see. I didn't say it was reliable currency. Maybe there's some severe deflation that happened. Yeah, not the bot scamming my peasants. I am so sorry. I don't think it was ready for your guys' level of heist. Yeah, for some reason, the bot is inverted right now. Do what you will with that information. Not Paint trying to fight me because my bot. I do not accept. All right. Back to revolution. Grimnir, hello, welcome in. Grimnir says, Mia, hi, I've been lurking, but I wanted to ask about the buckle brush. Is that a custom IMM or is it hidden in ZBrush somewhere? Sorry if you already said and I missed it. Oh, no worry. This was something I got off of ArtStation. Let me see if I can find it. ZBrush belt brush. Okay, this isn't it. But it was something like this. There are a couple buckles that are already in ZBrush. You click on B for your brush palette. It's IMM clothing. Yeah, this one has a couple, but that's all it has. Good question. All right, let's keep on working. I'm gonna grab this for now for the curved sword. Might change it later. I just want to have something appended so I don't forget about it. There we go. Oh, and Kev, do you have any preference on what the base is going to look like? I was thinking something kind of like cobblestone-esque, or maybe something a bit fancier. Grimnir says, Mia, okay, awesome, thank you. You're very welcome. Great question. All right, we'll go with the fancy castle floor for now, because I just think it suits this model. We can pick something different, of course. Very cool. Just Lingual says, Mia, I did say it's patriotic to heist, so now we have to heist even if it costs us everything. F in the chat. Yeah, good luck, guys. I have no idea why that's happening, genuinely. And I'm a terrible liar, so you would know. Or maybe that's what a good liar would say. Kind of playing with a different color scheme here, but meh. I like what I had before. There we go, that looks better. All right, let's go ahead and define. Kev says, Mia, the one you got is actually fine. I like it. Sweet. Otherwise, just stone or cobblestone would do. Sounds good. Thanks, Kev. Oh my goodness. Are you guys breaking the heist by putting in negatives? Is this something that I did? I don't think so. Because I wasn't even, like, doing anything when this started to happen. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a chaotic Monday. So be. All right, we're going to use an extrude polyloop on the side here. Just have a little bit more definition. And now let's detail this. I like using my standard brush to add in basic fabric folds. It's really important that you include seams. It's just kind of like a basic construction thing, but when you don't have them, it actually takes away from the model more than you might expect. All right. And then anywhere where there is going to be a lot of movements, like her knees, for example, or right where it overlaps with the boots. I like having lazy radius turned on as well to kind of, there we go, smooth out any of my strokes. There we go. I'll have some asymmetrical fabric folds, especially right here where these little belts are on one thigh but not the other. Also, some asymmetrical folds just make the model look better. I'm not going to worry about the back of the pants too much because the coat is going to cover a lot of it. There we are. All right, off to a good start. Got our first little bit of detail out of the model. There we go. Perfect. Ember says, I hope to one day be able to work at Mia speeds. You absolutely can, just takes practice. And being a little bit of a spaz. There's a lot of rapid clicking and a lot of hotkey knowledge. But outside of that, pretty standard. I absolutely believe in you. There we go. I'm having a lot of fun adding all these little details. Mini Blade says, Mia, we did the mask work to make the pants. How much did you inflate or extrude? Oh, barely at all, because they're pretty much overlapped on the same plane. Since I was mean to you earlier, granted, you were pushing my button, my singular button, which is me repeating myself. I will show you. All right, so I go ahead and mask, extract. And then we end up with this mesh, right? I hold down Command and I click and drag right here. So I really only inflate by about that much. So it's almost not perceptible, just enough to sit outside of the mesh. There we are. Perfect. I hope that helps. Yeah, have you guys resolved what is going on with this Poing nonsense, this Poing conspiracy? I have half the mind to text my husband and see if he has done something to you guys. If you guys can figure out to what you're losing, I am fine to redeem or fix some of it if the bot has fixed itself. We'll see. Oh my gosh, you guys trying to like heist math problems. Beautiful. Aloha says, Mia, whenever we win in the gamble, it takes us points away instead of adding. That is wild. It is Poingspiracy. I'm going to disable heist briefly, and then we'll turn it on later. We are now heistless, officially. You can duel or ask the 8-ball questions, but the heists have been temporarily disabled. Yes. Leave the bot alone. You have given, I think it was all the emojis, guys. Oh, that's really funny. All right, it looks like I can add currency to everyone. So I added 25-ish. Cool. I just keep adding little bits. Everyone got a small boost. We'll see if that actually works. Do not fight me over it. I see Wolf trying to duel me. That is hysterical. I really don't know why that's happening, but that's great. I mean, terrible. That's terrible. Definitely not super funny. Alrighty. Let's get some work done on the trench coat. I think she's already looking quite nice. So the silhouette is extremely important here. I'm really making sure that they sit, like the edge of this coat sits on her hips and then kind of fans outwards. That's what's making this look nice and elegant. I'll do a polish by features just to make sure everything is smooth. Aloha lost 100 and Just Lingual lost like 1,000. I'll fix that. Assuming you're not lying to me, because if you are, then I will banish. Tani asks, how much time do you spend sculpting on a day? Probably about 3 hours every day. But welcome in. I've seen you comment a couple times before. I'm gonna call you Tani if that's okay. I'm not really sure how to pronounce your whole name, so I'm kind of just shortening it up a little bit. There we go. Just righting some wrongs. All right, so we're gonna add some thickness and detail to this piece here. And the best way to do that is by using dynamic thickness. You wanna make sure your topology isn't a disaster. This is just fine. I got some weird triangles up here, but nothing that's gonna cause any huge issues. And now click on dynamic. I'm gonna reduce the smooth subdiv because by default, it kind of ruins my silhouette a little bit. and then add some thickness. I'm going to turn the offset to -100. That means the thickness will add away from the topology instead of like as a center point. So here's -100, there's +100, and there's 0. Can I see the difference of how that's extruding? I do -100 because it preserves the silhouette that I just spent time fixing. Taylor says, Mia, how long are your work days? Very good question. So on my stream days, which is, okay, it's every day, Monday through Friday, I stream for about 3.5 to 4 hours now. And that's the first shift. Usually afterwards, my husband and I will grill. I'll do some farm chores. And if I have time, I'll do anywhere between 1 to 2 hours extra. So of actual dedicated work time, that's 6 hours Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I do an extra 3 to 4 hours roughly each day. Great question. I love answering questions about like the business nitty gritty. I'm a total open book, so feel free to ask. Unless it's just an odd question, like how long I brush my teeth for. 2 minutes. I wait till my little brush time's out. Yoni said I should have about 640, but it's fine. Tell me what the difference is. Empress says, ooh, future student question. Yes, yes. Mia, do you ever use study styles? Or is just a quick look and hit the ground running? Study styles. Can you elaborate? I actually don't know what that is. All right, Ray lost. I am righting the wrongs. Don't you worry, peasants. So the only catch here is when I re-enable heist, it is at your own risk. I will not fix it after that. Heist is still disabled. Yes. Yes, the bot has turned on you guys hysterically. I actually have no idea. All right, I'm going to bevel the inside here. So it just looks a little bit more natural. It grabbed a really, really weird loop to choose that from, but that's fine. There we go. And now I'm actually going to re-extrude like a stripe right here. You know, I'm actually going to just redo this entirely because I said the topology was fine, but I didn't realize that we had a triangle on the corner, so it's just not behaving great. We're going to do a zero mesh with same, and that way it's a single poly loop all the way on the perimeter. Like, is this correct now? It's getting there. I'm glad you guys are being a good sport. Because that was some nonsense. They don't really put that in the manual of what to do when your bot revolts. Did not take that course. Empress says, like if someone makes a request for a model inspired by, I don't know, like Code Lyoko. Wow, I've not heard of that in forever. Would you just look at screenshots, start sculpting, or watch bits of the show, that kind of thing? Oh yeah, I'm not going to watch bits of the show. If I did that for every request, well, most requests are not that specific. Like this one had one from Liza P inspiration, but usually it's like I want a gnome female artificer. So I know like the core tenets of what makes an artificer. So I'll make sure to include like tech, gadgets, that kind of thing. But for the most part, I'll just look at the show, take some screenshots. In this case, it was the game Liza P. And for the most part, y'all, like the peasants do a really good job of giving me a bunch of references to look at. I think it was Paint that immediately took a screenshot from the game. Yes, that's extremely helpful. But yeah, I don't do like in-depth study sessions by any means. And then Tawny asks about how much time you take a break during sculpting. Well, when I live stream, we do a lot of gabbing, so I'm doing that right now. I guess that kind of, I would say every like 30 to 35 minutes, I take a 2-minute break if I had to quantify it. Oh, yeah, sorry guys. Let me fix that. Good peasant. Yoni asks, is the 8-ball okay? I don't even know how to add a function to make the bot malfunction. Yeah, I can't remember how much you guys are supposed to get. All right, that looks like it worked. And Ray, you lost a lot more. Wasn't it 250? I can't remember. All right, I'm not dealing with that anymore. We'll worry about it more during happy hour. Just remind me then. All right. Now I'm going to extrude a couple poly loops here. Assuming it goes in the right direction. There we go. And then we'll bevel this edge. That's part of what I did wrong. So insert, deleting that edge loop, and then bevel, edge loop. Perfect. That looks clean. That's what I wanted. There we go. All right, so now I can subdivide a few times and add some nice fabric folds. I want to crease first though, because when I click on subdivide, you'll notice it rounds off this corner a lot. I don't mind a little bit of the rounding, but I don't want it to be quite that intense. There we go. And time for some fabric folds. Again, I'm doing all my fabric folds just using the standard brush. No, it's not an actual function. It's all built into Streamlabs, just lingual. I understand how I would program it with my very, very pathetic programming knowledge I got from engineering, but no. Ray says, Mia, I think you need a big wooden mug so you can have a real happy hour. Funny you mentioned that. Ricky and I are looking at bulk ordering real wooden mugs, obviously with like an insert. One, so I can have one on happy hour, and two, so we can inscribe them and sell them to you guys. Funny you mentioned that. We just haven't done that yet. We are looking into it though. That was just so like on the money. Like, Ray, you're a mind reader. Just Lingual says, Mia, I should point out that when designing the robot for NASA, I made an evil robot revolution code for the fire extinguishing ball cannon. It's not loaded onto the robot, but it does exist. That's hysterical. Wildfire says, Mia, random question. How do you like your coffee? It used to be an abomination that was tons of sugar and cream and milk and all the things. But now I just do 2 Splenda, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of hazelnut creamer. Ray says, Mia, in your own words, same brain cell. Same brain cell. All right, getting some more fabric folds done. You guys have been a hoot today. Seriously, I've been having a great stream. I hope it's made your Monday just a little bit more fun. Or maybe you learned something. Or maybe it's just making it very difficult to get anything done at work. Either way, very good. Sater's been fairly quiet. That makes me think that Sater is actually getting some work done. Crazy. There we go. A little bit of detail. Ray says Sater is up to no good. Oh, most definitely. But maybe it's productive no good. All right, we're going to extrude these edge loops just a touch more so you can actually see them. Perfect. I did like that little horizontal one. Come back. There we go. I like that. And then for the sleeves, I'm going to go ahead and close holes and then add a stripe right on top. There we are. Nothing too crazy pronounced, just so when I subdivide, it kind of rounds out nicely. And then let's add some more fabric folds, but first we need to pinch these a touch because they're a little wide. There we go, that looks nicer. It's all about the silhouette. Always review your silhouette. All right, I'm going to re-enable Heist at your own risk. I am so serious. You guys lose it all again, I'm not gonna fix it. Even though it's not your fault. Womp womp. Heists are re-enabled now. I'm gonna briefly Google that though. Streamlabs bot removing loyalty points. Glitch. Heist. Nope, you guys are the first of your kind. Nothing came up. Very good. I'm so glad that it was my peasants and my viewers that managed to break the bot. Good job, guys. Oh, we just hit 30 viewers. I don't think we've ever done that before. I would do confetti, but for some reason my confetti is broken and we just get a cloud host error. Thank you guys for being here. This is an absolute delight. Oh yeah, I didn't see the question. I see Reaper saying I didn't see the question now, so I'm gonna scroll up. Yeah, feel free to repeat your questions anytime, and if I'm missing it, put M3DM. Tani says, can I share my work with you on Instagram? Only 2 to 3 models I've made. For me to review? I do not do free critique. I do critique for my students though during happy hour. If you're interested in that, I have a mentorship program. But if you just want to DM me your art, I mean, sure. I'm not going to say no. I'd way rather you just share your art in the our Discord so we can all see it and all enjoy it. Yeah, thank you guys for the celebration, and hello and welcome to all the newcomers. So, quick introduction then. My name is Mia, and I make 3D printable models. Bam. That's the intro. Right now we're sculpting some fabric folds. This character is inspired by Liza P. All right. So when you're sculpting fabric folds, yeah, you need to figure out, oh, are they in tension, compression, all these different things. But the big thing with fabric folds is you can denote what kind of material it is by the type of fabric folds that you use. Just keep that in mind. They're really, really cool. And it can easily feel like overcomplicated when it comes to fabric folds. I find just throw a bunch of folds on there and then see if it looks right. I'm a big proponent when it comes to fabric folds, like more is more. If you really want it to feel nice and accurate, get some references. Go into your own closet, put on some clothes, and start moving. And just watch how the fabric creases as you move. You can also look at pictures online, obviously, but I find there's nothing quite as helpful as just looking at how they form in real life. Be your own real life fabric study. There you go. Just Lingual says clean, concise, to the point. Yeah, and that was my favorite intro so far. Yeah, it is Chaos Monday. My goodness. I can't believe you guys broke my bot. I'm honestly without words. Is it fixed now? Oh, good. All right, we are adding this, what are these called? Lapels. Yes. I'm happy with the shape of them, but we need to make sure they're actually 3D printable. So I forgot to mention that in my intro. I 3D print everything. Bam. Most of it is tabletop scale. Oh, I have this new fun clear resin. Check that out. But all of this is designed with 3D printing in mind. Have fun, guys. Green light is here. The bot did just need a break. All right, we are a little past halfway of our Tavern Keeper's Craft, which means when we get to happy hour, I'll take a small break, probably about 15 minutes or so. And then happy hour is double today thanks to our 2 donations. Thank you to Reaper for spending Poing, and thank you to RB for spending real coin, real money. Alrighty. That's why I designed these kind of weirdly thick. Obviously a real lapel would be more like this, but I need this 3D printable and not to cause problems. So I do this and I can bevel the underside of it. There we are. It's a bit theatrical the way I'm styling the top. It's just kind of like a fun thing. I think it suits the character and the time period of the outfit. There we are. Perfect. Now I'm going to extrude that poly loop so it actually stands out. Excellent. Subdivide a few times and then come through with my standard brush. It's going to make her look a little vampire-esque, so I need to be careful about that. I'm also going to separate these into 2 separate pieces because one of them is higher resolution than the other, and I don't want to bog down my subtools. There we go. All fabric folds I pretty much sculpt with the standard brush, and if I feel like I need some extra definition, I have some fancy masking techniques I don't use super often. If you guys want to see how I can do pipe folds with a mask brush, I can show you. There we are. I think it's probably about enough time to make another screenshot point. Kind of see what our progress we've made today. Let me get some fabric folds laid down right here and then we'll do a little review. It's also a good time to ask any questions on how we got to point A to point B. I'll do more like in-depth answers during happy hour like what I do for my students. But this will also be an opportunity to ask some questions. All right, that's how we're looking right now. We are just under the 2-hour mark on the stream. And this is one of our first stopping points. So this is where we were. Again, this is like our stage 1. This is after the kit bashing stage. And then now we have this lovely lady. So we're making some pretty quick progress, I'd say. Let's do another screenshot. It has a little bee revolution down there. Okay. Perfect. All right, and let's do another little review back and forth because I love a good before and after. So all this was done on stream. I didn't make like the actual body base mesh on stream, but these checkpoints, yes. So you can see why it's so helpful to have an asset library. Obviously you have to be able to sculpt said things still, but yeah, pretty cool. It doesn't want to show my second screenshot because that would make my life easy, wouldn't it? Oh, it's like doing this whole editing thing. Bah. Very cool. I'm really proud of that for an hour and a half of work. Fantastic. Just think I'll ask, how does one skip to point D from point A? So how do you just go from this to this magically? Good question. I'll let you know when I figure that out. All right, I think it is time to work on this mask a bit more because it does look better, but still a bit goofy. All right, I have some really good references thanks to my peasants. We're gonna hide the nose for right now. It's really just like a extra piece that I can pin on there as needed. I also think it'd be nice if her face was a bit more fox-like her actual jawline was sharper. There we go. Because we are going to show a fair amount of her actual head. Here we are. All right, let's get this looking nicer. So right now I'm just fine-tuning her hairstyle, bringing up that hairline, and then looking at all of our different fox mask references to make this make sense. It's tricky. It's a good problem to solve, but it is a tricky one. So one of the first things I'm noticing in our references is that the mask tends to terminate at the bottom of the chin, which is great. That's going to have like a clear silhouette, and these forms are playing together nicely, so you want them to complement. Usually I like avoid tangents of things lining up, but in this case, it works nicely. I'm also going to thin her neck a touch, just to make this a little more dramatic looking. Okay. Another key part of this is the shape of the eye holes. So it's a fox, so we can really go with this dramatic, more angular shape. I'm not going to get it too fine-tuned yet because we might run another Z-remesher over this. You see how the polys right here are a little bit stretched out? So we're going to want to fix that up. The nose did not fall off, Mini Blaze. It's literally just hidden. You've been on a roll today. All right, let's go with Z-remesh and same to fix this kind of wonky topology. Let's do it again because it didn't do a great job. Something that you can do to kind of help Z-remesher not be silly and give you some nice loops is you can go to Geometry, Edge Loop, and then click on Group Loops. See how it kind of puts these smoothed out edges here before, here's the after. So from here, if you do Z-remesh and same, it usually gives you a nicer result. Yeah, okay, so this edge looks much nicer. This is, you know, this is fine. I'm not rigging this to be part of like a game asset or anything, or for any like high-res animation, so it's fine. I'm just doing it for like easier construction. Tawny says, how do I find work for miniature sculpting? Well, it depends what kind of work you want to do. Do you want to have your own brand and work for yourself? Do you want to work for other like Kickstarter, like mini companies and stuff? The big thing is like you need a legitimate body of work and to be 3D printing your own work and testing it. You can also advertise your services somewhere like on Fiverr, for example. But the big thing is like, you have to have a skill set and a product that people actually want. So what I do is I bring people's like custom characters and their games to life. So my entire business is pretty much set on, where's that nose? There we go. I'm doing custom requests. But commissions are very expensive. So if you join my legendary tier, which is currently only $10 with this little code on Patreon, you can submit a request and then I will make your model custom, right? So that's the niche I've carved out. I picked that because I like working for myself. It's more stable. There's no sharing any profits because it's just me to like customer directly. It's more of a slow burn for sure, but I've been doing it for about 6 years and I wouldn't have it any other way. What would I do without my peasants? But that's kind of just like a broad stroke answer. Don't trust anybody that can just give you like a straight answer to that. The real straight answer is like nobody knows. You have to find your own niche. But if you don't have the skill set and the product first, then don't even worry about the rest of it. Don't even try selling your stuff. Don't even worry about that. You need to have your skill set first. Which I know sounds goofy, but I've had plenty of temporary students that just try to make a lot of money doing 3D, and I'm like, do you want to learn art, or do you just want to make money? Art is no get rich quick scheme, I'll tell you that. Ray says, whoa, Mia with the free business advice, damn. Oh yeah, I don't mind giving like broad strokes, you know what I mean, kind of like how all that's structured. Especially because If it's super high value and I have like an actual like business secret to share, then I'll be like, hey, join my mentorship program, right? But in this case, like, there's no one like answer fits all for that. Tani says, I sent you my work. What are you wanting me to do with this? I'm very curious. I'm sure all the peasants are too. If you're looking for like an actual like business mentor, that's totally fine. I can DM you and talk about that later. Yoni says, I gotta do some assignments, but I don't feel well. Yeah, go ahead and take some rest, and I'll review your work tomorrow when you're on stream. Just Lingual says, Mia, I sculpt for myself. I've always found that pushing myself to make it as if it were a business product, that I push myself too much. Do you ever feel that way ever? I think you a couple words got missed there. Can you retype your question really quick so that I answer the exact correct thing? All right, let's keep working on this mask here. I'm missing this dip right here, but the shape is coming together. Very good. There we are. All right, we're getting towards the end of Tavern Keeper's craft, and I'm pretty happy the way that this is all turning out. This little nose from the side looks so weird and droopy and sad. We're gonna need to fix that. All right, the brow looks strong. We have this like cheekbone kind of peeking out here. But for the actual like muzzle shape, let's get an edge here that makes more sense and then not have it so fragile. There we go. It's an interesting problem to solve. I'm really enjoying working on this mask. And then let's go ahead and put that nose back on, roughly. And then also the eye shape. There we are. Oh no, Ray's lost 5 in a row again. Rip. Just keep going. That's the way. Oh, even after the odds bump. Rough. And just Lingual, I am very interested in answering your question. It's a tricky one. That's why I'm like, you know, let's get that nailed down a little more clear, and then I can give you a better answer. All right, making some progress. I'm using my damp standard brush to kind of like mark out these shapes, but I'm going to refine them in just a moment. I also, that screenshot did not end up on my reference board. Get over there. There we go. Perfect. Just Lingual says, here we go. Mia, in a nutshell, does having art as a business or with a business mindset improve your art? Absolutely, in my case. It depends how much pressure you put on yourself. I mean, if it becomes like this negative spiral of criticism and pressure, then maybe not. Not everyone does well in like that pressure cooker kind of environment. Personally, I really, really enjoy it. So it hasn't bothered me at all. But having the focus and the goal has been delightful, for sure. Very good question, though. And thank you for not minding to kind of refine the word count on there just a touch. It really helps me give you a better answer, too. All right, making some progress on the mask. It is a goofy one because it's very sensitive. but it's gonna look awesome when it's all done. The long snoot is definitely looking a bit odd. I can always trace it underneath, but again, I'm having a lot of fun just trying to figure that out myself. Ricky says, oh yes, it's M3DM Monday. Lots of good stuff this week. If you aren't a patron yet, now is the time. You can get the legendary tier for $10 using LegendLive. And yeah, thanks for watching. Absolutely. Sater, I appreciate the input. I'm just having fun with it. I could dig in and like really kind of like tear it apart, but for now, I'm just having fun playing with it. All right. Oh, the dip between the brow and the nose. Wait, like this? Right here? No, that needs to stay there. That's actually one of the few things I have correct. Everything from here down, this, that's wrong. But this section that's fitting her face, that's correct. I appreciate you, Sater. Don't even dig into it too much because I'm going to be moving on from it soon. All right, I do want to show you guys, I think that means that the release is complete, and I would love to show you guys what we have releasing. Again, these are all 3D printable models. That's the magic of it. Yeah, here it is, I think. Yeah, just now. Thank you, Ricky. So this is what just released. These are all 3D printed, and they are this big. So these are 3D prints. So what came out today is the halfling bar. There's the render and the 3D print. Yeah, check all these out. Heck yeah. Mini Blaze, can you link the Patreon for everyone? I'm so proud of this. This Fallen Valkyrie turned out incredible. Yeah, the chain's printed beautifully too. Oh, good. These are gonna look epic scaled up too. Awesome. Oh, and the maid construct. That one was a lot of fun, but it was this next pose that's my favorite. Bam. Love that pose. Reads super well. It's really fun too. Check her out. Awesome. Yeah, that's the release. So that just gets added to the vault. If you're a patron, you get access to everything. But these are just the new things that were added today. Awesome. And then don't forget that there is a freebie. If you want to just get this one for free, that's just a couple posts down. Awesome. Very cool. Ray says, Mia, if that was Mini Blaze and not Sater's suggestion, he would have been executed. Not true, actually. There's a difference between like, oh, she's fussing, and hey, what did he say specifically? It was so well put too. There we go. You're giving the nason, the dip between the brow and the nose area, a human shape that canines don't. Like that's really specific and really cool. Let's see. Empress says, if I don't get to work at a game studio, it'd be neat to be approached by clients seeking my talent. It's definitely more fun that way. I feel lucky to have the community that I do. Yeah, the Valkyrie did come out really cool. Thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. Yoni, I thought that you were sick and going to sleep. You were still here. All right, this really just needs to be more straight. More like that. There we go. Because again, it's a stylized fox mask that's sitting on her face. It's not literally a fox head sculpted onto her face. Does that make sense? That's why it's kind of an interesting, fun problem to solve. I touched on it earlier, but in The Witcher 3, Triss Marigold, I'm certain of it now, wears a mask like this. Fox mask. Here we go. It's more stylized. Obviously, we're not doing this. But this is more so what we're going for here. Obviously, it does not look like an actual realistic fox by any means. But it's a very cool fox mask. So this is more so what we're doing. Here's a really cool stylized one of that. I think that was actually used for one of the Gwent avatars you could pick. That's a really, really good cosplay. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's kind of helpful to see that mask in 3D too. So that one has a more of a shortened up. So now I haven't really picked the way I'm going to stylize this mask yet. We're just kind of having fun with it. But yeah, it's a good time. Mini Play says, oh, earlier I was showing her how I knew to push her buttons. I was being bad. It's true. Bad peasant. But she knows that, and that's why I can be mean to her. We've definitely had some pretty good progress from here to here. So I'm starting to find the shape that I want. I think more is going to be more with these ears. Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. It's a cool problem to solve though, to see like how to get all these shapes to play together nicely. And then I can even go a bit more stylized and have like this ridge of the ears come down and start creating these almost like tribal, like tribal tattoo, almost like shapes when I start adding the like wood carved element to this. It's gonna be cool. I haven't adjusted her actual eye shape yet, but by having her eyes and lashes curve in like the same dramatic, you know, like fox eye shape, it's going to improve the model as well. Having this little like cheek flap here, I think is dumb. At first I'm like, oh, that could be cute or interesting. No. I'm telling past Mia, that was not the move. There we go. There we go. That's starting to come together. Oh, and also the ponytail. I forgot to get that. Here's a really quick way to do that. I recommend just using curve tube. Just draw a little loop. Split mask points, change the color, move it roughly to the center and then mirror and weld. Oops, wrong side. Roughly to the center, mirror and weld, and then you can Dynamesh this. And then from here, I can go ahead and shape this look a little nicer. I can use my inflate brush, smooth out the tail of it, and then ZBrush to get some nicer topology. I'm just gonna cover up the bun pretty much entirely. The bun was there already because it was an existing hairstyle or asset that I've made for a different character. I want to shorten it up a touch, so I'll just use my 3D gizmo, do that quickly. There we go. Perfect. All right, I just want to make sure I had that blocked out so I didn't forget about it later. Obviously it needs detail, some kind of fun stuff like that. That's just a starting point. I'm gonna close up any weird gaps or holes that we have. There we are. And I didn't do the detailing on the cravat yet. I do want some more layers and fluffiness. Thanks to Ray, we have about a bajillion references for cravats. Am I saying that right? Cravat. We've done this before. Having a bit of deja vu. There we go. There's a million of them. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna append a sphere and see if I can like loosely sculpt this. I'm going to take a lower effort approach and hope for a high effort result. You guys can pretty much probably guess how this is going to go, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm feeling lucky. I feel like that looks somewhat high effort with some shaping. Yeah. Really careful use of the standard brush. Please don't destroy my mesh. And then I can use a bend deformer to do some more work for me. I feel like that looks high effort. High effort for 10 seconds. And then I was hoping that I could layer this enough times and it would actually look nice. Bold, I know. Again, feeling lucky. I don't think that looks bad. So the trick is, on this next layer, is there needs to be like 2 of them side by side. I'm hoping I can just do mirror and weld and get like a nice blend. I know this texture is going to 3D print really well. Kind of losing the shape a little bit, I think. It's not quite as excitable, but that's roughly the idea. Thank you, Ray, for providing about a bajillion references of that. Can never have too many references. All right, we're gonna duplicate again and move that down. There we go, the third layer is bringing it together. Oh, heck yeah, I think I managed to get a high effort look with low effort. That's my favorite. That's everybody's favorite. Cool, that was just some standard brush magic and some duplicate. Amazing, yay, I'm glad that turned out nice. Sick. Let's go ahead and change up our lighting. I usually do that earlier, but I kind of forgot about it. Perfect. Nice. Heck yeah. Oh, it's really starting to come together. Cool, I'm proud with this. Proud with this. I am proud of this and happy with this. English. All right, work in progress. And then, yeah, I'm calling this a noble woman rogue because I feel like that's what she looks like. Especially without the weapon, she would fit well in like a masquerade or something. Excellent. Pretty happy with this. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the Tavern Keeper's craft, and we're just about at 2 hours now. Thanks to RB Gaming, we'll have a full 1 hour happy hour, as it should be. That will also allow the opportunities for the D20 of Destiny. I'm going to have a new poll live right now. Excellent. So you guys can pick what we're going to work on. Ultimately, Taylor's pick is going to trump all to see what they want to cause chaos to. All right, pick the happy hour model. Oh, no, Empress, not the end. Just for break. We are early on. We're about halfway through the stream total. I'm gonna give Empress a heart attack. Alrighty. Mini plays. Mia, I have to do this. Save. I already did. I got you this time. Alright, for the happy hour models, we have a pirate druid construct, the crystallized dwarf, the cherry blossom dragon we can kind of play around with, and also we can continue the noble woman rogue. That is an option. All right, those are the 4 options for happy hour. Empress. Oh, yeah, you're good. Why is Ray's negative 2300? Ray, what did you do? How is that even possible? Oh, because you heisted for negative 1000. I don't know what that's going to do to your point. Well, awesome. That was pretty productive. Not too shabby for 2 hours, if I do say so myself. Pretty happy with that. Satyr. I'm really happy the way this mask is shaping out. It's looking really cool. Much more like the masquerade-esque side, too. We haven't gotten that wooden carved look yet, but we will, and that's gonna be beautiful. All right, when I come back for happy hour, that's when the D20 of Destiny will be in play. Taylor has redeemed the fake currency version. It's only one of those allowed a day. But after that, it'll be $5, and then you can cause chaos to the stream. 1 out of 20 odds. Yes, yes. A 1 gets you a ban, a 20 gets you a free priority ticket, and the other 18 things are just all kind of fun, random events that happen live. But yes, we will get to all of that in about 15-20 minutes. It's currently 2:12. I'm going to return by 2:30. Oh, Kev says, I'm also happy with how this model turned out so far. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, so at 2:40, I'll be returning from break. At the latest. Sometimes I return early. Just keep that in mind. And in the meantime, if you haven't already, please check out my Patreon. That's why all of this is possible. Or get ready for a D20 Destiny roll. Alrighty, y'all. I'll see you shortly. Thanks for being here. It's been a blast. Oh, like the stream if you haven't already. And if you don't like the stream, why are you watching something you don't like? Alright, bye guys. Hey y'all, welcome back. I can't tell if my break was too short or too long. I immediately forgot what time I said to be back. But I think I was early. Anyhow. Oh my god, Ray, you're gonna break my bot. I don't think you can heist negative currency. God, whatever. Alrighty. Okay, so is the Reaper here? Miss Taylor Beth, you have the elusive D20 of Destiny roll, which I'm very, very excited you're able to save enough coin to do so. Hello, says Mia. I have a gift I worked on over the break. I would love to see it. Probably. Speaking of, it is happy hour. Any mentorship students that I have, if you guys have assignments you want me to review, now would be the time to do so. But also, chaos. Ah, yes. Miss Taylor Beth is here. Very good. Very good. All right, let's get that rolling. I'm also going to put up... Right, it's fine. Seder, Mia, what is today's payout percentage again? It's important. 130. I don't think my bot can do math, though, just like me. All right, I'm also making it an option for those that want to buy a D20 Destiny roll. It is $5 roonies. You're about to get a live demo right now. It's already, we have advantage was taken by Reaper, and then we now have double happy hour as a result. So I guess for the first paid roll, I'll just implement those rolls again. You'll also get advantage. Okay. That's also active. Now let's get Reaper's roll going. I'm excited for this. It's Reaper's very first roll. Heck yeah. This is gonna be fun. I'm getting everything all situated on my side. I'm also glad you rolled first, so you get advantage. I think you deserve as many options as possible. Also, if you don't want to affect the dragon, if you want it to be something else, we can do that. But the dragon won the poll. You're welcome to pitch it whoever you like. Alrighty. Our first D20 of Destiny roll happens now. Alright, you rolled an 18 and a 7. 7 is Winged Wonders. Add wings. I think adding wings to this dragon could be very fun, especially if we did maybe like a fairy woodland kind of dragon and did like different sets of wings. That could be beautiful. You can choose that or 18, which is time warp. That'll push the clock forwards or backwards by 50 years. It is a dragon. I don't really know how that would actually change it other than making it like baby proportions or wrinkly. Neither one of those would happen very easily, so maybe not as strong of a one. If you want, I can bump you to 19, which is I'm melting, and it will melt the current model. But yes. Tavern pet is the elusive number 10, unfortunately. In the meantime, well, Reaper picks between 7 or 18, which again is Winged Wonders or Time Warp. I guess we can make a baby-looking dragon. Or you can actually choose what model you work on. I have Cherry Blossom Dragon, but you can also apply these effects to the Noblewoman Rogue, the Crystallized Dwarf, or the Pirate Druid Construct. Up to you. Up to you. Meanwhile, what did Aloha do? Oh wow, official point. You know what's funny? Because Ricky has actually also been drafting a coin of this. Dead serious. But that does look like a very fancy M3DM coin. I love that. You're coming for my husband's job. If he's in the chat, he'll probably yell at you. But that's amazing. I love, 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 love that we're all on the same brain cell here. Taylor says, 7 please. Seems to be best of all the options. Could be wings of flowers. Flower wings. I have never thought of that. Not once. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Paint wants to melt the model. It'll cost you 5 coin. Toss a coin to your sculptor. Alright, but seriously, it's wing time. We're gonna do these flower wings because I am just baffled by that idea. I just would never have thought of that. Alright, let's sculpt some flower wings, y'all. Step 1. Let's grab a template that I've already sculpted to just draft shapes really quickly, and then we can cover those in flowers or make the wings themselves literal blossoms. Oh, I'm excited. This is even really cool. And this might actually make it to the final version of the model. Usually D20 Destiny rolls are just for fun, for us to goof around. But in this case, I don't know. This might be really cool. Let's go with like this butterfly-like wing. And then I'm gonna layer this up with some blossoms. Wildfire, the requester, is here and gives their blessing. I actually thought that wings made petals would look super neat. Don't you love when things just work out? Peasants are so compatible, it's not even funny. Taylor says, make sure they're cherry blossoms. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, can someone please put references of cherry blossoms in the chat so I can actually make a flower that's correct? All right, we're gonna use a bend curve deformer right now so I can start to shape these. Again, these are just kind of like a template. We're probably gonna change it quite a lot. Might make them small, might make them really big. Again, it's all about just playing with shapes for right now, because that's what we do here. I can't believe how well this is gonna fit. Sater says, Mia, just as a reminder, I did post a dragon with leaf wings. Oh, that's right. We have an entire project reference board for this. I'm going to jump on over there. So if you go to our Discord, every single model that I work on has its own dedicated post in here. And they stay in here, so it's really fun to kind of like review all the cool stuff we've made. All right. Let me scroll on up. We have a lot of cool references here. I'm looking for Seder. Oh, cherry blossoms. Yes, yes. You guys do not have to go find them because they are here. Ooh, multi-wing. That'd be cool. Did I pin any pictures? No, that would make my life easy, wouldn't it? Ooh, yeah. Oh, like, oh, I see. You guys see how cool that is? I know it's a little small. Why is it bigger here? Anyway, Reaper, I have a feeling this is kind of what you meant and what Wildfire also wants. Yes. This is very true. All right, I need to start constructing these. Okay, we're gonna do that. All right, first things first, as cool as this shape is, I need, oh, this is tricky to fit. Okay. Yeah, those are beautiful. Thank you, Seder. Yeah, so this is actually very similar to the cherry blossom idea. This is definitely what we're gonna start creating. Okay, this is gonna be complicated. Doesn't surprise me. You guys never pick anything easy. Rip. Okay. I love my job though, I do. All right, we're gonna create one wing at a time and we are going to make them made of flowers. So the first thing I'm doing here is using Dynamesh to kind of create a wing shape. This is gonna serve as the mesh for where all the blossoms can sit into and then also the branches. Yeah, yeah. Reaper says, yeah, or just a shrub of flowers in a wing shape. You got it. You got it. Okay. Can you guys help me decide on the actual wing shape? Like this literal shape here. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm thinking something more on the slightly blobby side almost. Kind of butterfly-esque though. And then from here, we can take our curve brush, pick the same color as the antler, and then click and drag. And this will allow us to start creating, continue to see, the branches. We'll do my favorite little trick where we taper off the edge of the curve brush. Ooh, look at all these references coming in. Thank you, thank you. For help on figuring out how to do it with a mini. Thank you. Alrighty. So in this case, I'm actually gonna have them a little irregular to indicate that it's a branch. Something kind of like that. Oh, an actual cherry blossom tree. How relevant. Those are pretty. That's a really, that mostly indicates, oh no, it is in the shape form too. I was gonna say, like, it's mostly just looks like cherry blossom because it's colored that way, but that is not true. The more I look at it, the better it is. Reaper, don't blame us, blame the roll. Yeah, this was perfect. Wow, this was quite the happy accident. Ooh, I like that. With each section in between looks like a petal. Okay. All right, I think I have enough to really get rolling here, but obviously you guys are more than welcome to continue to share concepts and ideas. All right, I got a bit of a base shape here. I'm doing this pretty quickly because, oh, that's a little funny shape there. Because the magic of this is gonna lay in how all the shapes fit together. And I'm really not gonna know if it's working until I see it. So I'm not gonna spend too much time being finicky with like, oh, is this just right or just perfect? Just get some shapes down and then you can start revising from there. I've noticed that the more that I push each branch around, the better it starts to read. I don't like that I have two sections here that look kind of samey. It looks like I understand this V shape, and that's about it. So I need to have a different shape here that makes more sense. See what I mean? Like, I won't know if it's right until I actually do the thing. So I'm not going to get too hung up on any one shape at a time. There we go. Aloha says, Mia, if you use the contrast deformer on the branches, you'll get you a nice result. Will it give you a nice result or mess it up? Because there's not really any details to deal with here, it's just going to make it look like a blob. But we will definitely utilize some of it. There we go. Paint says, Mia, what is the right way to do a redo and an undo? You have this little bar up here, so you can do undo, redo. So it's this little bar up here, and it's subtool specific. You can also do Command Z or Command Shift Z. That's Control Z or Control Shift Z on Windows. This is excellent. Again, thank you, Reaper, for just being around, being creative, being wonderful. I love my Danny Phantom style profile picture. I just think it's the coolest thing. All right, and now I need to look at a cherry blossom and model a flower. All right, I found a flower. It's actually quite similar. Bam, I already have one, thank goodness. It is not 3D printable at all, so I'll need to fix this first. Luckily, that's kind of my whole business. That's kind of what I'm good at. So these are a bit of a richer pink. There we go. And then so is the inside. So we'll do a small gradient. And then these, interestingly, are backwards. That's neat. Do you guys see how these are kind of tearing on themselves? Like this weird little invert here. That means that the normals got flipped. So you can go to, where is it? Normal map? No, it's like show something. This doesn't happen often. I'm gonna find it and then I'll tell you where it is. Display properties, flip. Bam, I found it. That's how you fix your normals. Does not happen often. In Paint especially, ask questions. If you're ready for a new assignment, let me know, I can send that to you. And then RB, it looks like you sent me a message. Do you have an assignment for me to review? All right, I'm making sure that this is really, like the petals are really thick so they 3D print without any issues. Same with this. We are gonna inflate it quite a bit and kind of exaggerate some of the shapes here, just so it's all kosher. All right, that's beautiful. Very good. I can go ahead and merge these down and then we can start dotting these throughout. There we are. Oh, these are going to be beautiful. I'm actually going to duplicate one flower by itself and call it base flower, just in case I need to make some adjustments later on. It would make the most sense that all the flowers are the same size, but for the interests of like shape hierarchy and cool variation, I'll probably do a couple different ones. And yes, RB did send a update. Let me check that out really quick. All right, hi Mia, here's a pose update. I'm not sure about the pose. I'm not used to doing poses from my head, but I enjoyed every bit of the process. I hope it's good. Let me know what you think about the figure. Again, thank you so much for the feedback and your help. I think it's great. I love that you added a rock. That really helped kind of stagger this pose. He looks tired and worn out from a hunt, which is exactly what your goal was. I think you crushed it. I really did. If you want, or I really do, if you want it to look a little more balanced, I guess you could take, let me move this over as far as possible. Here we go. See this arm right here, we should have tucked back a little bit. If he was truly dead tired, this arm would probably be completely straight down. So I'd move the arm from here to straight up and down. Other than that, you don't even need to do that change. What you have here is great. I think this is a job well done, and you can finally put this project to rest. I'm so excited to see what you work on next, and I'm just really, really proud of all the work you did on this. This was an immense project and totally outside your wheelhouse. It was a pleasure to see how much you grew throughout this assignment, and just the confidence that you gained in creating your own base mesh and tackling all these different kind of textures that you hadn't done before, you just did an exceptional job, truly. Good work. Very good work. I have a DM from Paint as well. Is it okay if I open that, or is that a question, or you just need your next assignment? Sater says, that looks like me yesterday after building the gazebo. That checks out. The gazebo looks amazing, by the way. Just Lingual is storming to get 2 Tavern pets. Oh my goodness. No. No. Ray says, Mia, does ZBrush have lock and unlock and average normal? I don't think so. I'm not certain. Do I have some ideas for the base? I would probably put a whatever he hunted on the base. Or like a big skull. I know an entire animal is a bit much. So I'd probably just add to whatever he was hunting, or terrain that is. So if there's grass or desert or anything like that, that would fit quite nicely. Sound is out. Oh my god. Lingual, no one was supposed to actually be able to do that because you just... I might not let that fly today just because the bot was so broken and I was fixing stuff. We'll see. I'm fair, but we'll see. We'll see. Dragging a deer through the rocks. That'd be cool. All right, let's get some more flowers. If you redeem the Tavern pet today, I'm probably not going to do it today, especially because it's free. All right, let's get some more blossoms on here. Mia going back on her word, crazy. Well, it was like a test amount. If you guys can get it in one day, that defeats the entire purpose. Obviously, it wasn't a very good test amount then. And yeah, just Lingual. I just wanted to be number 1 the one time. That sounds really... Yeah, no, I agree. That is like absolutely broken luck. 100%. Yeah. Rigged. 100% rigged. Does anyone else find it suspicious that just Lingual has like thousands of poing and the rest of you guys can barely get to a couple hundred? I don't know. We'll see. As of now, I'm going to honor Reaper's roll that was actually kosher and not suspicious. Hey, Rudy's here. Welcome in. Just Lingual said, Mia, it was 3 days of heist. That is true. But I was so generous on the weekend ones, though. I didn't think it'd be used against me. Surprise Pikachu face. What would you even want for a Tavern pet, just Lingual? I have to honor it. I do. I'm not happy about it. I'm pure salt. I cannot believe you managed to do this in 3 days. I cannot believe you've done this. It was quite literally supposed to take like an entire month, but I do honor that it took you so long. Just Lingual. I gave peasants hundreds of points. I love the arguing for your case, though. I think it's beautiful. I know. I didn't say I wouldn't do it. I just was salty about it. I was terribly generous. Yeah, it's not gonna happen again. The goodwill has been spent, y'all. This is looking super nice, though, on a real note. Satyr, hashtag obvious favoritism. A little bit. You guys know I'm going to make it awesome, too. Paint says, can we make the petal dragon the pet? Yeah, like a baby version of what we're doing right now. That'd be kind of cool. You guys want a baby cherry blossom dragon? I feel like everybody would like that. And I can take all of Jess Lingle's dirty lucky poing. Unbelievable. I am flabbergasted. It's been available for a single day and you guys made it happen. There was conspiring happening. I just know it. So the backside looks totally dumb. I'm aware. We're gonna figure it out. And we name it Petal. Adorbs. I would like that. Just Lingle says dragon pet or gargoyle could be. Or just a dragon in general. I am going to honor it. I'm going to complain the whole way. I vote, if I have a vote, Petal Dragon. This is looking super cute. Oh, I love this. I'm gonna wait until I finish the entire design here. So like the dragon will have eyes and whatnot to decide if I end up keeping the wings because I don't want him to I want them to complement the silhouette, not confuse it. That being said, I do like what I have here. I'm thinking of if I were to move them backwards a bit and kind of make them almost flush with the body, I think it would complement nicer. Something more like this, I think could be really, really pretty. They wouldn't be here though. They would have to be wedged somewhere up by the shoulder blade. That could be really pretty though. I think they're gonna make the final cut. Especially if I manage to do like a multi-wing dragon, kind of like Paint suggested. Right now I'm just playing with shapes, but this was a very pleasant D20 of Destiny roll. What a fantastic first roll for Reaper. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the second wing very much, but I do like the first one quite a lot. I'm gonna check the chat, see if you guys have decided on anything. Just Lingual said, I may have used the forbidden math jitsu. I know, suspicious. Lingual's gonna do it. Okay. Oh, it has to have a booty. Yeah, there is no store command. My bad. There probably should be. I have it pinned at the top though. Uno momento. I shall make it happen. I usually have it pinned. Where the heck is it? There it is. Bam. I am the bot as of right now. I think it's on there right now too. Ugh. Disgusting. I will honor it. I know my husband just shaking his head. Like, I told you this would happen. I'm going to make it like 10,000 next time. Are the Tavern pets printable? They are. I have not shared them anywhere yet, but they are designed to be 3D printable. Yes. Yes. And then Paint, I'm going to check on your DM really quick to make sure you didn't have like a question or you need something. Oh, you completed the assignment. Oh, very good. Very good. I'm going to send you your next one right now. Okay, your next one is officially into some sculpting. So have fun. There we go. Perfect. Yum. Very good. Okay, those are pretty. I definitely think that's an improvement to the model. Something worth keeping. That's beautiful. Just Lingual says, I redeemed it, I think. Yeah, let me see. It should pop up. If not, I'll be able to see you have 2,000 less points. No, it doesn't look like it worked. But it's gone from the store. That's very odd. Suspicious. Why is the bot in your favor today? Oh yeah, no, it worked. It just didn't pop up on my screen, probably because I have something moved. Either way, very exciting. It is officially gone from the store. It is not redeemable anymore. All right, well, there you go. It has been done. You know, tomorrow we are working on a chibi-style dragon for Yoni, so it's very, very perfect timing, honestly. Yeah, very good. Yeah, the bot is literally a paid actor. Unbelievable. Just Lingual says we can do it tomorrow. Sounds good. Yeah, we're just at the 3-hour mark here. I see that my happy hour has expired. We'll reset. Last call, except it was paid for again, which means I will reset it. There we go. Sweet. And that's thanks to RV. Yeah, 100% Seder. That is what just happened. Perfect. Okay. I'm not mad about it. It honestly fits for tomorrow's stream perfectly. Speaking of, tomorrow's stream is going to be amazing. You guys are going to get 2 chibi baby dragons. Is that chibi baby redundant? Baby. Let's be real. I'm actually just really excited. All right, RV sent another update. That was fast. Oh, is it making that arm more straight? Yes, I think that looks better. Yeah, instead of it being kind of held back a little bit, dragging that forward just a touch. Yes, good work. That was quick too. Yep, I think that looks better. Yeah, work on the base and get that 3D printed. That's gonna look amazing. Ray says, Mia, Carl's gonna have his work cut out for him with 2 dragons. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and save this.
You broke the economy.
I don't want to talk about it. I do not even want to talk about it.
Oh, man.
Honestly, the fact that Just Lingual has donated real money before, I was like,
oh, it's perfect.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's fine, but I'm mad about it. Oh my gosh. Just Lingual says, Mia, can we give the Tavern pet a leaf to make him more nature-like and smaller? Absolutely. Petal the Blossom Dragon swoops into the Tavern family to help lift the pets over a dangerous ravine. Who is this mysterious little dragon and where did they come from? Either way, they joined the crew. Yeah, we don't talk about where they came from. We're going to open up the Tavern pet. We're mostly just hanging out right now. Seder says she's not mad about it, but also she doesn't want to talk about it. Yep. Yeah, here is Carl, and then we're going to have a couple dragons. Oh, how am I going to fit an entire dragon on this? But baby. Booty. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do some little scenes where the Tavern pets are interacting. We will rebuild. Yes. Yeah, RB, that works. 100%. Seder said, oh, she just said she's mad about it. Behind the scenes slippage. 100%. I can't lie to my honey. I will never financially recover from this. That is the correct quote for this moment. Emperor says, how many will we have at the end of the year? Well, if I can't count, apparently we're into one every stream. So every 3 days. If you haven't already liked the stream, I deserve a pity like at this point. Oh my goodness. Make him pose and create all the little scenes. Sater says Mia, so hear me out. The gives me so much anxiety. Okay, we'll see. I now wait in suspense as they type. RB says Mia, what kind of projects should I start next? Or I pick myself. You get to pick. Unless you want to dive into like a study, we can work on like just fabric folds together. Instead of like doing like a whole project, we can like refine a skill set instead. But yeah, if you're going to jump into another project, you pick. Sater says, Kickstarter idea, a line of chibi familiar animal companion minis. Hilarious you said that, because that's what we're going to do. Spoiler, we spoiled it. Sater spoiled it. Blame Sater. Ricky is already designing it. I'm totally serious. We talked about this 2 days ago over coffee. Uncanny. I don't think it's lying, but I can't even do lies of omission, y'all. If you say something and it's true, like, I just immediately spill the beans. Like, that's just how I am. Like, when Ray was like, oh, like, you should have, like, a real wooden mug to drink during happy hour. And I'm like, we're literally doing that, too. It's the second time that happened. Y'all really came in on Monday, ruined my morning, made fun of me. Mini Blaze was mean to me, so I was mean to them. And then, like, spoiled 2 big plans and secrets we had for y'all. I will never emotionally recover from this stream. Oh, and we hit our highest view count ever at 30. Amazing. Yeah, RB needs to do a dragon. That'd be cool. Sater says, the is because I know you enjoy doing them, but also don't love doing them. No, I actually do. They are just fun. Paint says, Mia, you could pose them all to be stacked on each other so they could reach a cookie jar. My heart. Sater says, Mia, this is what you get for sharing your brain cell. Now you've infected with me. It's so true. I can't keep any secrets. Mini Blaze, pouts. RV continues, Mia, I'm looking for the next one, and I'll make sure that has some clothes to be an exercise for clothes as well. I agree. I think that was the weakest spot of your previous model. Yeah, the brain cells. Send help. Ray says, Mia, but in contrast, you have all of us supporting you. This is true. Hey, Yoni's back. We also broke the bot. Yeah, that's true. What a ridiculous stream. Good job, peasant. Bad job, peasants. Bad job, peasants, indeed. Since you're here, Yoni, tomorrow we're sculpting your priority ticket, which is funny because Just Lingual actually gave you priority on that, which is perfect. I was going to get to it sometime this month or with the next few weeks, but that put it to the top. They also unlocked a Tavern pet, so we're going to be sculpting 2 chibi dragons tomorrow. It's going to be great. Don't miss it. Yoni, I have woken from my slumber. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. That's how y'all know that my streams are getting long, because you can have a full nap, and I'm still streaming by the end of it. Very good. Very good. A reminder that we have about 20 minutes left in happy hour. If you did want to roll the D20 of destiny, there is a chance you would get a Tavern pet. I don't know what I would do if someone rolled a 10 and got a Tavern pet. I did say earlier the next roll would still have advantage, so you technically have a 10% chance. I don't know if I want that, but I'm just letting y'all know that is still on the table. What's my cute little saying? There's a little rhyme. 5 gold to tempt the fates, roll the d20 of destiny and see what mischief awaits. Unless it's another Tavern pet, then I will actually not emotionally recover from this. Yes, twin dragons. It's going to be great. Sater, I was thinking the same thing. Amazing. Alrighty, I wanted to review the Tavern pets here because they're just kind of fun to look at. I need to get some stickers of these made too. I've designed Moo, but nothing else quite yet. I have so many projects to work on. So yes, we have our Blue, which is short for Bloom the bonsai, the original Moo with Mini Moo, Buzz the bee, and we have Carl the crusader. Yes. And then tomorrow we will have 2 more dragons to add to this. Carl will have his work cut out for him. That'll be beautiful. Let's open up that cherry blossom dragon again, because this has been a delight. And I love these wings already. They're going to be epic. RB picked one. If you get the green light for that, I'll start it soon. Yeah, I want to see what you picked. Ooh, kind of Thor-esque. Mia, I think I'll go with this. This has clothes. It'll be a great exercise. Yes, and then you'll have a twin model to my Thor. Does that not have the same vibes, y'all? It's just another, like, hunky Viking. All about that. Let me scoot this on over. There we go. This is so similar to this model I've already made. I can definitely help you a lot with this and be specific, because I got his brother right here. Yeah, do it. Get started on that. This is a great reference, but unlike last time, I don't want you to copy it so closely. I want you to start practicing designing your own characters. So get at least 10 references total. Pick a different pose, make some stylistic choices that are unique to you, instead of just copying this directly one for one. But that'll be awesome. Great. Well, we're all excited to see that as you work on it over the next few weeks, RB. Carl needs a chibi mount. Yeah, that'd be really cute. Little horse. A chibi horse would be the death of me, y'all. They're so goofy looking as it is. Yes. A green dragon. Rudy says, literally same vibes. Definitely badass. Thank you. Thank you. Sater, I kill me. Dude, it's so lame laughing at your own jokes, and that's 100% me too. I'm like, I cracked me up. I think I'm super funny. Amazing. Oh, all right. Well, I didn't have that many assignments to review, and I got the wings blocked out somewhat quickly. That was an absolute blast. Thank you, Reaper, for improving this model. It's probably going to make the final cut, which is happening more often than not. The D20 of Destiny was just meant to be a joke. It's just literally a win-win for y'all to interact with the stream and art, challenge me as an artist, and make money all in one. I love it. But it's actually not quite doing what I expected, in that it's legitimately improving these models. So that's been a really pleasant turn of fate. RB says, okay, I'll gather more and more references. I'll make something different and not the same. Sounds good. Perfect. And then Paint, if you're still here and you have any questions, because you're just starting your mentorship journey with me, which has been very exciting, let me know if you have any questions, 100%. I'm also glad that you didn't mind when you sent like all those questions in Discord. I was like, what was the assignment again? Because there's no way you should even know to ask these questions. I'm glad you didn't mind, where I was like, just go do it in order. It's so tricky when you're learning ZBrush to not get lost. If you're just playing, keep playing, exploring. That's the best. Just don't get frustrated, because if you don't have a very narrow focus when you're learning a new software, it will consume you whole. It really does. And one problem will open up 10 other problems. But that's where I come in, to help smooth that transition. Hey, Foxy ended up making it. Hey, stream. Hello. And yeah, Yoni gave me a cute Gormagal as a reference from Monster Hunter Wilds. It's great. Yoni said, wait, who is just joining? Well, Foxy just joined the stream. They now have a brick. And then my mentorship program, Paint joined officially. Oh, I'm so sorry, Foxy. April's been a terrible month. Well, good news for you. It's almost over. May your May be wonderful. May is taking forever to get here. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, Empress's birthday, the big day. I believe she said it was May 2nd. Yes, Friday, May 2nd. Very cool. Well, hopefully I'll have my confetti fixed by then. I cannot believe my confetti is broken. I know I keep putting this on screen because I'm just like, why did this happen? I'll get my confetti fixed for your birthday. Yeah, recently I actually had 2 new students join. And in addition, Empress will be joining soon. Paint and Grimnir. Grimnir is officially a student as well. Pretty cool. Birthday pulling for sure. 100%. But not too many, because apparently you guys can earn a Tavern pet in 3 days. That is not sustainable. Oh, and yeah, reminder, very, very briefly, if you have a 3D printer or you're going to get one, on my main Patreon, I have a really good deal right now. It's $10 to be legendary. Paint says, Mia, I love the start, as it's perfect for anyone who knows nothing about modeling or even programs. Good, I'm so glad you think so. I really do. You have such a good attitude. It already shows. When I first read your message, I was like, oh no, was I unclear? Or like, is this too much? Because that first message in the mentorship program is really long. And it has like the setup and UI. It's a lot of info. But you really just took it all in stride. So I'm really glad. Foxy says, yeah, I went from almost none to 500 in one stream. Yeah, you guys bullied me on these heist odds. And no, I'm going to fix that moving forward. Say goodbye to 100% payouts. We're going to like 10% payouts and 30% odds. And First says, yeah, for now I'm just playing around with the settings ZBrush and touching things. Very good, very good. Experiment, be merry. Yoni says, I want to print the Tavern pets. Yes, that will be a whole Kickstarter project at some point. As Satyr spoiled for everyone. Thanks. It's going to be fun. Alrighty. I don't know what to work on in this next like 30 minutes or so. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get that crystallized dwarf all finished up. If you guys need absolutely anything, type in M3DM and I'm happy to get to you. It doesn't even have to be on topic. It's happy hour. This is just time for us to kick back, relax, have fun. If you have ZBrush questions, neato. If you don't, also neat. All right, let's bring up that crystallized dwarf because he is looking mean. Why can't I read? There it is. Tavern pets are Aloha's fault. Thanks for reminding me. I'm still going to offer the pet as a commodity. That is a good point, Satyr. But oh yeah, it's going to be like 10,000. Yeah, no, I'm going to... Y'all broke it. Just lingual. Mia, the odds today mathematically give us a 2.1% increase. As an engineer, I know better. I know better. I really know. And you told me enough about you, including you're an engineer, so I should know this. Thank you, Paint. I need water. I'm spicy. All right, we're gonna... I knew better. I did. Rip. I like, as I'm like ranting and getting upset, Paint's like, water check. Calm down. I have calmed down. Oh my goodness. I do love my peasants. It's like part of my personality. I just like to complain. Don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. Stream stops and I just complain about you guys to my husband. Totally joking. Alrighty. Why are these so many different pieces? What is happening? There we go. This beard is absolutely luscious and I love it. But I'm just doing a couple tweaks to make sure it's nice and 3D printable. There we go. Beautiful. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. I need that to be a sound effect. I need to be able to summon Kronk on my stream at will. Ray, you're never going to be able to redeem anything ever again. I love it. Speaking of, all polling will get reset in like 2 days by May 1st. Oh, I didn't tell you guys how many days in a row I've streamed because I just forgot. This is my life now. This is my 11th day in a row live streaming. Whoop, whoop. Just Single says it's only 2%. That's perfectly reasonable. Not when there's you around. Yeah, I'm going to fix it. It's still going to be fun. But I think it's too fun. I need it to be way less fun for y'all. Some of y'all need help, I think. But that's a different topic for another day. All right. I want this to look better. Stop it. Cool. Ah, this turned out really cool. When I first started this model, it was actually 2 weeks ago. It kind of got just pushed to the side for a little bit. I didn't expect it to turn out this awesome. And I'm honestly not sure if I really had the chops or the skill set to make it work even 2 weeks ago. I've improved quite a lot of late. I think it's the streaming every freaking day. What do you know? Oh, speaking of, I already have like a cute little like burnout stream planned just in case I'm feeling like super over it one day. We'll have like a special chill stream. I'm actually weirdly excited for my burnout stream. Just letting you know, I always have a plan A, B, C, D. Like, all about mental health around here. Just Single says, Mia, I'll behave more. I don't think you can help it. You're just lucky. RB says, Mia, if you're not going to reset in 2 days, why not duel for all or nothing? Oh, so funny. I'm not going to reset my poing. Oh, no. Ray says, Mia, a gaming stream? Okay, a gaming stream would be a great burnout stream, too. I didn't think about that. I just really don't think I'd be that interesting to watch, guys. Like, I don't know. Which is hysterical, because I do watch, like, streamers game, and I love them. I think they're great. I'm a big fan of Miss 5000 Watts. I don't know. That would be an interesting turning point if I ever live stream a video game. Especially depending on what game it is. Oh my god, doing this arena quest for Monster Hunter Wilds, I would get demonetized so quickly. I think swearing is a terrible habit. Doesn't mean I do it any less. And it is a habit. I do a decent job on these streams, but every now and then, you know. Ray says, Mia, you said you rage. It'll be entertaining. But for the most part, I don't say anything. It's just completely silent and then just like straight profanity. That is not entertainment. Just Lingual says, Mia, a group Minecraft stream. I would love, that would be fun. I would be totally down to host a world and like Minecraft it up with y'all. I freaking love playing Minecraft. Live stream the Oblivion remaster. Oh, that could be fun too. I've never played Oblivion either. I've only played Skyrim. You know what's funny? The day before the Oblivion remaster shadow drop, though it was the world's worst kept secret, let's be real. Anyway, I was actually to just re-download Skyrim too. Like the night before. I don't know. I think my big issue is that I already stream for work. I can't imagine like also streaming like my time off. You know what I mean? That's a lot of peasant time. I don't know if you guys need that much Mia in your day. I'm debating if I need that much peasant in my day. I feel like I'd need a separate account to do it on too. I couldn't do it on YouTube though, if I did a separate account, because you have to have like, oh, okay, crashing ZBrush. I didn't want to finish that model anyway. Anyway, you have to have a certain amount of like subscribers and watch time on YouTube. I guess it wouldn't be too off topic. I mean, this is a TTRPG channel, so it's still gaming. We'll see. Ray says, Mia, nah, do it as a burnout stream. That's true. But I feel like when you do anything for the first time, it doesn't feels super chill. And then there's all the hardware that actually allows like a stream like that to happen. It's not as seamless as you would probably hope. Dude, there is so much behind the scenes to even make all of this work the way that it's working. But that doesn't surprise you guys. You guys know that. All right, we are back with our crystal man. There we go. Pretty good. Elo says, Mia, we can build stuff. That'd be fun. Rudy would also love to see a gaming stream. That does not surprise me. That would be fun. Sater said, okay, so she just gave us a hint. Did I? It's because I talk so much. Sater says, whatever her plan is for a burnout stream is something she's done before but considers chill. Oh yeah, I didn't say what the burnout stream is. It's gonna be art related still, but just like super chill. Yeah. I guess I'll keep it as like a surprise. You guys can look forward to the day that I burn out. How's that for a promo? Hey, it's hard to beat tomorrow's hype though, because we're literally sculpting 2 baby chibi dragons. Like, yeah, ZBrush, you crashed, I know. That's gonna be the best. There we go. Excellent. She's gonna draw stickers. Probably. Ray says, Mia, careful, we'll set mini blades on you. I will set the world on fire. Just Lingual says, Mia could have a bad art day. That's it. That's the stream idea. You did it. It's pretty much just doing a bunch of like spheres and doodling and just no pressure to make anything cool. And probably like only like a 1 hour stream too. Or a midweek cozy stream is also a really good idea. Oh, speaking of, I'm feeling great, by the way. Like, I don't want to make y'all worry or anything. This is my 3rd streak, I think, of going past 10 days in a row streaming. And I was like, this has been great. But I don't want to bank on anything being sustainable forever. So I like having lots of different plans and what ifs and just in case. So yeah. Ray says, nice. She does give it easy. No, like if you guess the literal thing, like I'm not going to live omission, y'all. Wildfire says, maybe I'll stream the Eldritch Horror RPG. That could be fun. Very true. Oh my god, Just Lingual, you win every time. Just in case you guys are curious, I can't even make it an option to like specify odds for one user. Like, Just Lingual's a cheater. That's how. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and save this. Perfect. All right, that officially moves us into last call. I took an extra short break today and opening, so this put us about 3.5 hours for the stream, which was great. Again, thank you to RB Gaming for the donation. 1, because that's just great, and then 2, it was fun to have a double happy hour today, like always. So as of now, we're kind of just wrapping up here, especially if you are lurking or have anything you want to ask questions about. Now is the time. A reminder that we have a legendary tier discount. These do not happen very often, so if you want to join Patreon for just $10, it's probably the best deal that you're going to get. The code is LegendLive, and it's linked in the description as well. I mean, it was like, hey, there's a discount, and then stops talking about it. I'm like, oh, right. The code and how to use it and those things. So if you have a really cool idea like this, just a reminder that every single character, creature, scatter terrain piece I sculpt on livestream was a Patreon request. And that's how you make these requests, is by being in the legendary tier. The request for this model was just a crystallized dwarf with like final boss energy. I think we crushed it. Sater says, it's always funny because my logic brain knows that luck isn't real and math is math. My lizard brain is like, hold my beer. Beautifully said. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Again, tomorrow is going to be that dual chibi dragon stream. It's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited for it. Ray says, Sater, I don't know. I think there's more to it. Luck, you might say. Like the universe personally spites me. I get that. I get that. Mini Blaze, how did you win 4? How little are you gambling at a time? Oh, this was a fun Monday stream though. I hope you guys had a restful weekend and this made your Monday just a little bit more fun. I know I had fun. Even if you guys terrorized me and broke my bot and broke my economy, I still had a pretty good stream. Heist 1002. Wow, RB. If you redeem a Tavern pet, I'm gonna go insane. No. Actually, you can't because I only made it a quantity of 1. Cool. We're fine. I am ready to hang outside, grill some corn, grill some steak, probably some green beans, and just soak up some sun. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Yeah. I love that the bot will not let you heist right now. Thank goodness. Ooh, Ray started it. Okay, I'm gonna like end the stream. If Foxy is still here, keep an eye out. Your brick is now on stream. So yes. All right, y'all. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow at noon Eastern time. If you haven't already too, you can always join the Discord, and I will tell you when we start streaming here as well. All right, y'all. You take care. Bye.